Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Yeah, let's go. Fucking rock it up. I'm Alex. This is Jez. Yeah. I was trying to be very energetic, Jeremy. Did you enjoy my...
I did. It was like one of those YouTube videos where it's like, we're going to talk about this today, but you've got to subscribe and make sure you come back to find out all the information that I'm going to tell you about. Because if you don't stay, then you won't know the information. So you've got to stay.
That's
and
true.
Subscribe and like.
Plus,
and stuff.
there's something special happening at the end. So watch out for that. Welcome in, everybody, to this 161st edition of Don't Get Me Started. 161.
It's a long time.
Yes.
And I think we must be around... Oh, we've passed it, actually. I can't tell time. I was going to say, we must be around our 4-year anniversary, but that's come and gone, and we missed it.
Is it
so.
May? It feels like May. 4 years? Fuck me. What have we been doing with our lives? Welcome in, everybody. I see that Ellie is here, all the way from Carolina.
The wrong Carolina, but still, we accept it.
Good to see you. And I see Keris is here. And I know that Harmstone is here.
And some other people.
And I saw Will is here.
Yes.
Various people who have... Will is cheering us bits. He's cheered us 321 bits. 321 bits. That's a lot of bits.
I mean, that is a lot of bits, first
Did
of
you
all.
feel
Thank
that you didn't give us bits last week and you've added in 161 and 160?
Is there some maths here or something?
I think
161. That is 161 and 160, isn't it?
Yeah, you've made up a lost time. That's very cool of you.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that, but I love that you did. So you did have to do it. I'm not going to knock it. I think it's amazing.
It's very kind.
And he's on a narrowboat, I think he said.
He did say that. And I'm glad that you answered the question of why 321, because I was going to try and do some crazy kind of DGMS lore to try and work out what this 321 number was, but that is indeed 160 and 161.
There used to be a TV show called 321. It was a kind of a quiz show on ITV with an esteemed presenter called Ted Rogers, and they had to answer questions and shit based on
That's how quiz shows work.
Bits of skits of comedy. They would see a kind of a little bit of a show, and then maybe a show was running in the West End and they brought the cast down to do a bit of it, and then they'd ask them questions about what they just saw.
Like an observation type.
Yeah.
Quiz. Right.
And they had a little mascot called Dusty Bin, and it was a little, like a Dalek, the way the Dalek moves around. It was like a little bin on feet that would just slide around, and he was like the booby prize. So if you left, you got yourself a Dusty Bin, which in many respects, when you think about it, is probably more retro and cool than actually winning the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. That's the kind of thing that nobody will know apart from me and Tamsin, probably.
I've heard of Dusty Bin. I think that is referenced quite a lot as like a consolation prize.
Yeah,
so
Dusty Bin.
I've definitely heard that before. It's also equally possible that I heard it from you. So
3, 2, 1. He used to do a little
3,
sign.
2, 1.
And he used to be like, that was his little
so
thing.
So it's 3, and then
3,
he flips it around to 2, and then down to 1.
Yeah. The other
Which
way
probably
round.
took a lot of practice, but...
Yeah, so it'd be like, see you later on 3, 2, 1, like that.
It took
and
a lot
he did
of practice,
every
but
time.
Then I managed it on the second attempt.
There's a repeat on challenge. That doesn't surprise, actually, yeah. I remember it used to be on a Sunday night. It was kind of crap, but everyone watched it. Like
it
a
did
lot of
sound
Sunday night.
crap, yeah. But I mean, you
3, 2,
were a
1.
captive audience back in the day. You only had 3 channels.
Yeah.
And one of them had adverts on, so you didn't watch that. The other one had crap on it because it was just old stuff. So you watched BBC One. But you said this was on ITV.
I did.
Yeah, so you didn't watch it then.
Did you say, says Ellie, that you're in the wrong Carolina?
I did say the wrong Carolina, and I stand by it. Yeah.
Is she in the South?
She's in South Carolina, which
Yeah.
is approximately 321 miles from North Carolina.
Nice. Is that from something?
It is.
Okay. I feel like it's a wrestling thing.
It is a wrestling thing, yes. It's
Who comes from North Carolina?
nobody comes from North Carolina, but that's part of the shtick.
The shtick
Of Kenny Omega. In every one of his long entrances, it's very long. It runs down his accolades, and it will in some way describe how he is nowhere near North Carolina. Be that he's from Winnipeg, which is
Yes.
899 miles from North Carolina.
Well, despite you insulting where Ellie comes from, she still dropped 100 bits. Thank you very much, Ellie. It's very kind of you.
Thank you.
I see that Karis has also cheered 100 bits.
Do I insult again?
Insult more! That's what's getting us. We're going to hype train that's just started. Hype train! Whoop, whoop!
No,
Ric Flair comes from Charlotte. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. His daughter's called Charlotte.
It started a minute ago and it has just completed level 1.
Oh.
It is being a successful hype train.
Woo! Ric Flair, styling and profiling. Yeah. And I saw that Harmstone had resubscribed, I think, because it says something about him doing it for 15 months, I think I read.
That was last week.
Oh, well, fuck you now. And Will, I think, obviously...
Oh, no.
There you go. 4 minutes ago. Yeah, I was right. Yeah.
It says,
don't fuck you. Don't go fuck yourself.
It says 7 days ago, and then... How have you subscribed twice in 2 weeks,
Listen, I'm just happy that he has.
Weird as shit.
And thank you for following Tommy Fiore. Tommy Fiore. It sounds like a gangster football player. Tommy Fiore.
Maybe he is a gangster. Let us know your gangster status there, Tommy.
You just subscribed.
You just subscribed.
Jez everything.
That's me, Jez everything.
Thank you very much.
I assume this is some kind of gifty shenanigans.
He's been gifting subs.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for throwing such love at us. We hope to be worthy of your love and adoration and at least bits.
Let's face it, we are worthy of all of those things and more.
Do you know what? I think we should read them immediately, something amusing.
Yes, okay. Well, I mean, you started the show with a lot of energy and hype, and you were like, you've got to stick around to the end to do the cool thing.
Fuck it, let's bring the end to now.
Let's do the end now. And then do more.
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yes.
In that case, fuck it. Here we go. Am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Those damn children always being wrong.
You did give up on being anonymous. That's fine. We knew it was you. Fast track to the end, says Dom. Then we can all leave early and go to bed.
No, we're still
please stay
more.
here.
We're just going to do this.
Joe's here. Everyone's here. Boom, boom, boom. Playing the hits tonight.
Tommy broke the TV. So Alex saying his name funny is just on loop. Tommy Fiore.
Fiore. That's Fiore. You can all have 2 hours back. Oh, fuck that shit.
Listen. If you're going to keep on with this, we're going to finish after this chat. We're going to go for an extra 2 hours, and you'll be here for 4 hours. So you watch your damn mouths. Don't think I won't do it.
Do you remember when we did that 24-hour stream, and I never want to do it again?
I do remember it. That was a year ago.
Yeah, maybe we should do another one. Don't back me up. You know that look of like, hope you can read my thoughts. Don't back me up.
Yeah, I mean, of the two of us that would suggest we do it again, you are not the person that would suggest we do it again. So, like, you almost, like, literally killed yourself at 3 a.m. You were like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What is life? Life is shit.
We could just, I remember, I think it was something like 3. I was like, we could just stop.
We could just not.
We don't need to do it.
I'm like, that's not how this works. It's a 24-hour stream.
We managed to pull ourselves 16. Up by bootstraps.
Yeah. We did a crossword.
I was about to say, crosswords saved us.
And talking about Philip Schofield's inadvertent love life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that guy?
I hope he's doing okay. I like Philip Schofield.
I
don't give a fuck
shit either way about Philip Schofield.
Plus
I feel like he's
had
his day.
Well, I mean, maybe. Probably. I'll be asleep in 4 hours. Well, that's better.
Welcome to Karis's world.
Yes. She'll be asleep in 4 minutes.
What did she say, by the way? She said something that everyone was like, nah, that won't happen. I assume she's going to stay awake or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Where are we?
I don't know.
I have to work, so try not to be too engaging and interesting. Oh, yeah. No wonder everyone said that that's not a possible thing, because we are always going to be engaging and interesting.
24-hour stream, just stream yourself sleeping, not creepy at all.
I mean, we were tempted to do that as well. Like, we just said we'd be streaming for 24 hours. Nobody said that we couldn't just go to sleep.
No.
Continue with our lives.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to crack into another story about a coffee machine, I was definitely going to go to sleep.
I had an idea for a stream, which I'm never going to do now, so it's irrelevant, because I'm just never going to get around to it. I get around to it or even consider it. But I had an idea back when sleep streams were a thing. I know we're not doing this.
Still a thing.
But yeah, they are still a thing. I had an idea about doing it, and then just because I thought to myself, I don't want to do a sleep stream because then you might say something stupid. You might talk in your sleep and say something.
Yeah, you might have a sex dream about somebody and
then
call out their name.
Yeah, call out
erotically.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. And then everyone would be like, "Oh, we watched your stream, and not only did you fart about 18 times."
Oh, I would definitely fart a lot on the sleep stream.
Then you said how you're in love with whoever, and I'd be like, "Oh, great." So I had an idea that maybe I just film myself sleeping.
Pre-edit it,
and then put it on, and then basically say, "Well, I'm going to bed," and then I hit the button, and then
I mean, all you need is a looping sound, really, and then you just put a screenshot up. Like, I don't move in my sleep; I just sleep still.
And then basically, I figured that people would just still watch me because they'll watch any old bullshit, Apparently. So as a result, I could just get away with doing this stuff and collect followers while I slept, Then I had an idea around Halloween, before Halloween. I don't know if I told you about this. I had an idea that I would put something creepy into it so that people who are paying attention would see something happen.
Like one of those videos where you're just watching like a car drive down the street tranquilly and this witch just gets put up on the screen.
It would be really subtle, but like a book would just fall off or something like that in the middle of the night or something. Nice. And it was ultimately just this really subtle thing. And then everyone watching it would be like, just going, "Do you know the book fell over?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I guess you know." And why it would happen. Right? It was probably right on the edge or something like that. And then I keep just adding extra things in.
Yeah,
I can't remember how it's
the book kind of falls next time. The book falls off the shelf and hurls itself.
Yeah.
The room
the whole thing is faked. But yeah, but it would be at the time. On what you're talking about, sleeping in a coffin is not very subtle. Or that idea. The idea would be, yeah. But the point of this is that. You just keep doing these really super subtle things, and I can't remember how it's meant to end, but it's just plausible enough, but just weird enough that people start thinking, "What the fuck are you doing?" The whole thing.
Yeah, and some people will tune in just to be like, "Well, is this real or is this fake?
Is this real?"
Or even to just point out that it's fake. People will tune in. So well, that's
and you'd be just like,
I can see the strings or
something whatever. About. I think what it was. I've often thought. About you get these things which detect it detects what you're doing when you're sleeping, like you're snoring. How much do you snore? And you get these apps and you put it on your phone, your iPad, and you put it next to you, and it monitors your sleep. Then in the morning you can see
all the times you nearly died,
all the times you coughed and snored and said something stupid and blah blah blah. And I thought about this, and I thought about how terrible it would be if you were listening back to the things that you did, farting and burping and snoring and saying stupid stuff, and then suddenly someone just says,
Will's just subscribed himself.
Oh,
why not?
I suppose you should. Yeah.
Wow.
In the middle of all of this,
a level 4 hype train. Sorry to interrupt you. Level 4 hype train completed with 11 subs and 521 bits.
Wow, that's serious.
That is a serious.
Thank you very much. Does that mean they all get stuff now? They all get emojis, or is that not
the people who contributed? Yeah,
anybody that contributed over 100, 100 or more, rather, or a gift sub,
or some shit,
will get emojis to use. So use them. I don't know what they are. If you've got some, maybe you should put them in chat. At least we'll know what they were. Yeah. No. Anyway, I didn't want to get this stupid thing to complete this ridiculous thought because I had visions of when I played it back in the morning, a random voice would be on it that just goes, "I'm watching you sleep." Or something like that, right? Anything at all, just anybody talking.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, right? Or even something, just saying something normal like, "Pick up the shopping," or something like that. What was that? And it doesn't sound like Aletha saying it. It's not me saying it. Who the fuck is on this thing? And I got this idea that you could do this thing where in the middle of the night, in this whole thing, everyone on the stream just hears someone just say something. Just say something randomly. And it just anyone watching it be like, rewind. Did you just hear a thing? And it would just freak people out. I just know that it would. I just know. I'm partly tempted to really do it. I mean, these guys would know, but other people wouldn't, and they wouldn't know. And what would be best is if everybody in this community just totally sold the concept.
Yeah.
Just went, "No, this is real. I know the guy, blah, blah, blah." And absolutely went along with it. and just like it would be incredible. And you build it up really subtly over time until something seriously fucked up goes on. And that last night, it all goes to shit all in one go. Like somebody walks across the camera and it all just fucking goes to hell, like in like seconds. And everyone, and then
somebody walks in and just puts a pillow over your face.
Yeah. And it just absolutely fucks with people's. I had this idea of like someone comes in, looks at the camera, it's really freaky, and the whole stream cuts. That's how it's going to end. The whole stream cuts, and then everyone's like, that can't be real. That can't be real. But I don't know. Anyway, and you do it. I think it would be so. Alex has been dead for 6 years. What have you been watching? Yeah, right.
I
Is this
volunteered
not
to
fun?
be in charge of the pillow.
It's basically theatre. It's basically a piece of theatre. I would love to do it.
It would be a piece of theatre. Yeah.
And I think in that way, it would be much more interesting to do that in Twitch than other things.
Because it's just a story basically, isn't it? It's a linear story. It's like the back in the day, the diary girl. I've forgotten what she was called. One of the original kind of YouTube series, if you will.
Yes.
Lonely Girl 13 or something. Is that the
I don't know.
Thinking of? People will know.
Mario!
We've got a real Italian influence tonight between Tommy Fiore
and Mario Ivan, who's just brought in the letter R. Listen, it's one of my. Some people say that the letter R is a pirate's favourite letter.
Do they?
Yeah, R, obviously. But of course, we know that their true love is the C. Anyway, shall we get on with...
Do you want to actually
yes, thank you.
read the thing now? Yeah, this is Am I the Arsehole, the segment in which we read you a story, and you decide whether they are the arsehole or whether they're not.
Welcome in, though, if you've never been here before. I'm Alex, and this is Jez, and if you're hanging around, stay around. Or leave. I'm not going to force you. You're not, like, committed.
Don't leave.
Don't
There's
leave.
No need.
Stay.
Just leave it open.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes, you are.
For accidentally getting my neighbour evicted. Am I the arsehole for accidentally getting my neighbour evicted?
Did you plant drugs in his apartment? And then call the police?
Is that how you do it? That was,
Seems like the quickest, easiest way.
Some of these guys, they'll have their own drugs.
Get them arrested at the same time.
So my partner and I... thank you, Will. So my partner and I have been in our current presume apartment, for about 4 years.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. You think they'd be kicked out by then, because people don't stay that long in rented accommodation.
Yeah.
With a new upstairs neighbour move in about 1 year ago, right away. Didn't like him. Didn't say that. Right away.
I knew he was a cunt.
I don't know. Right away, I began noticing tons of cigarette butts and ash on the balcony. For the first few weeks or so, I would sweep them up myself. I don't like confrontation. But eventually it started getting worse. Cigarette butts, lit cigarettes, one of which burned a hole in our chair cushion, a major fire hazard, it's not wrong, teeth flossers, food items, and other trash.
Literally just going out on the balcony, just going...
Yeah, dropping stuff from their balcony
Maybe
onto,
not even going out on the
his.
Balcony, just kicking back on the sofa, watching TV and like picking their teeth
and just flipping it over.
Out the window.
Do you know, Captain Brilliant calls balconies sky tips? Because
he yeets things to the sky.
Because he thinks that nobody uses them as beautiful sitting viewing areas. They use them as like a place to dump their unwanted shit, like bikes and lawnmowers and other old shit.
In urban areas, that's definitely true.
And this is what he means. Like if you drive through London, you're on a London bus or something, you look at all these things.
Yeah, there's no need for balconies in London.
Sky tips.
Let's be honest.
Anyway, once when they were out on their deck, my fiancé shouted up to them, "Can you please stop dumping your stuff down here?" They later talked to us and said they accidentally dropped them, but we really didn't buy that.
Sorry, bro, I accidentally dropped 107 things over the course of several weeks. It happens, you know.
But we really didn't buy that because obviously it was bullshit. I don't say that, but that's the point. Fast forward to a couple months ago, we began seeing large. I thought I was going somewhere differently, but it wasn't. Fast forward to a couple months ago, we began seeing large bags full of trash being thrown down into the woods below. Oftentimes, trash would fall out of the bags, of course, because they're throwing trash in bags out of their balcony into the woods.
And they're already arseholes, so they've probably not spent much money on bin bags. So
No.
those really thin, shitty ones that
They're
the air
break.
will split open.
Heard
enough, not the arsehole.
Heard enough. That's enough. This is Dom. Listen, Dom's got places to go. Dom's got places, things to do, people to look. We get it, Alex. They're all arseholes. Fucking press the button. Do we really need to listen to you? Do you just like the sound of your own voice? Correct.
Now you mention it.
I mean, yeah. Oftentimes, trash would fall out of the bags and land on our porch. We're also getting tons of dry cereal on our porch. Our balconies face thick woods with a creek about 100 feet below. Anyways...
100-foot creek underneath your balcony?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Anyways, we saw this happening pretty often, at least once a week. We asked them again to please stop throwing trash. I mean, who is fucking throwing trash? Someone's got to take out the trash, am I right?
Am I the only one surprised by the giant creek on the other side of their balcony?
Some thick woods with a creek. Oh, a creek about
100 foot down.
100 foot below.
Yeah.
So, like, below 100 feet down is a creek. The creek itself is small, I think.
Ah, okay.
The creek's it's 100 feet.
There's not like a massive chasm outside their window.
No, can you imagine,
right.
though?
That's why I was, shocked.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've got a massive chasm down there, you might as well throw your rubbish in it.
Right. I wonder how much rubbish is in the Grand Canyon. There's a lot of space in that.
I've been to the Grand Canyon, didn't see any rubbish.
Well, it's quite big, though. So,
Yeah, it's the Grand Canyon, not the Grand Puddle.
It's pretty grand.
It's got two sides.
Anyway, we saw this happening pretty often, at least once a week. We asked them again to please stop throwing trash. They denied it, claiming they never threw trash. They're the top floor, so unless someone is living on the roof, it's them. I would also like to include that our downstairs neighbour also gets tons of garbage, cigarettes and cereal on their balcony. They are just as frustrated as we are. Cereal, fucking hell. Anyways, the upstairs completely denied throwing trash ever. The evidence is visible by looking down off our balcony. Bags, trash, all kinds of stuff. Plus, our downstairs neighbour and us have seen it being thrown with our own eyes. The downstairs neighbour got really mad and went up and full on yelled at them. Good. I don't condone this.
What, yelling?
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably the least of the
yeah, I
things
mean,
you can do.
But I don't condone yelling, but, this other shit is fine.
They're throwing trash out of the window, so...
I don't condone this, but I was really hoping they would finally stop. They had this big dramatic reaction. Oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. It'll never happen again. Cue the next day, we see trash being thrown off again, with some landing on our balcony. I finally sent a complaint to our apartment manager because it was very frustrating and I was tired of interacting with them. I can't believe you took so long. This leads us to today.
Bless you.
This leads us to today. My partner and I get back from a date and they're outside packing things. They say to us, just so you know, I've been given a 30-day notice to vacate. I told you I didn't throw anything.
He lied.
He lied. I'm really shocked. I didn't want them to get kicked out. Why not?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
That seems like the perfect scenario.
Of course you wanted them to get chucked out. They were horrible, unhygienic, dirty wankers who lied to you and liked throwing their trash and laughed at you, probably.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you not want them to get kicked out?
Short of throwing them off the balcony yourself, this was the
fucked
best scenario.
Off. I would have gone up there and given them fucking piece of my mind. What the fuck do you think you're doing? The fuck do you think you're doing? Every bit of trash would be going back up on their fucking... I'd have fucking just dropped it in front of their fucking door. Take your fucking shit away, scratty cunts. Honestly.
Scratty. I love that word.
I didn't want them to get kicked out. Fucking hell. More a fine or stern talking to, just so they would finally stop. These people, cunts don't...
Cunt's gonna cunt.
Cunts don't answer to that. They don't respond
the
well.
Rules don't.
The rules don't apply. The rules don't apply to them. You've got to come in hard because these guys aren't going to listen to anything else. Before them, we had a literal meth lab up there that management wouldn't do anything about. So I'm really dumbfounded that they wouldn't kick someone out over this. I never meant for this to happen. And I feel really bad. Don't feel bad. Mate, you sound like a cunt now. How can you feel bad about this?
We were all firmly not the arsehole, but if you're going to feel bad about this, then you're going to get yourself an arsehole. Just saying.
I think so too.
And not in the good way.
No. Like, come on. How can you feel bad? What kind of guy is like, oh, didn't want them to get kicked out? Like, the first breath, they're like, oh, I've had enough of this, but what did you want to happen? Just stop? They have stopped. They've left. And it's like, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy now. And it's just like, well, I am fucking happy. Because you're trash. Trash takes itself out every time.
You took out the trash.
You won't believe it. So can we just... Everyone sucks here. Trash cunts, obviously, but Op is a wet blanket. Throw the whole lot of them into a 100-foot creek.
Down it goes.
Welcome in, Tamsin.
Yes, hello, Tamsin. I love that your profile picture is still the squirrel.
The Christmas squirrel?
Thank you. That squirrel with a Christmas hat. He enunciated.
Would you like this to be everyone sucks here because I just can't stand how crap they're being, or just the trash arseholes are trash arseholes?
Well, they would be not the arsehole, wouldn't they? The op would be not the arsehole.
Yeah. Or
everybody sucks. I think everybody sucks because they could have resolved this with violence a long time ago.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So everyone sucks here.
Yes. You hear that?
Violence is always the answer.
Violence. 2 wrongs make a right.
And 3 wrongs make an extra wrong.
Yes. Double wrong.
It's also a right.
Double negative is proof positive. Cool, what a great start to the episode. I'm going to drink some wine.
Yeah. Oh, if you're thinking about beveraging, now that we have concluded our first segment.
Yes, I am.
I have got something for you to drink.
Should I put the wine down?
You should put the wine down, yes. You don't want to, spoil your appetite for this.
No.
Let me just reach into my bag.
Le Sac Magique.
So you will recall...
Yes.
A few months ago,
yes,
we were reached out to by Goat Energy Drinks being their sponsor, and you said, fuck off.
I did.
Meanwhile, I decided to take on their sponsorship on the Main Event podcast, and so, I've been shilling their wares for the last few months, and they've brought out some new flavours.
Oh.
And I have brought you a can of their new flavour to try.
Exciting.
Tamsin's got one because I finally dropped around that dog book to her the other day.
The dog book,
and
yeah.
I also gave her some sweets and a drink because I felt
Tamsin
like
deserves
just
it.
Giving her a dog book would be like cruel and unusual punishment. I'm like, this is bullshit, this thing. But I know she wants it, but it's still bullshit. So I better give her something nice. So I gave her those things. Yes, so here is the Easy Goat.
Easy
Goat.
Goat. It's got a goat on you, believe
it's
it.
caffeine free.
Oh, okay. What flavour is this one?
It's a watermelon flavour.
Watermelon sugar high, only it's sugar free, so it's not watermelon sugar high. It's just watermelon high.
Yeah, and this was particularly useful to us on the Main Event podcast because my co-host there, Dan, is allergic to caffeine.
He's allergic to caffeine?
Yeah, it gives him migraines.
Oh, man, this is just as bad as Amelie being allergic to cucumbers. Everyone's full of shit.
No one's allergic to cucumbers. That's not a real thing.
I know, I tell her that, but, she's not watching this. So
bit like allergic to nuts. That's not a real thing.
I know. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Right, so I should try this. Join our tribe. By the way, you can, if you want more of this, just use your, code.
Yes, indeed. Go to goatdrinks.co.uk. They do lots of flavours. I recommend the cherry above all else. That's a very nice flavour. Use the code Jez10, that's my name and the number 10, and you'll get 10% off your order and free shipping. And you don't want to pay shipping on cans because they're fucking heavy, so get free shipping.
This is definitely immediately better than the first one.
Yeah.
What was the first one we had? What flavour was that?
It was kind of mango and pomelo is the original flavour that they do.
This is definitely better. That last one had a bit of an aftertaste. I'm kind of into this. Watermelon.
Would Jez 100 work for freebies? I don't know. Try it. See what happens. What's the worst that'll happen? It'll say, fuck you.
Yeah, just find like a word like a generic name like Dave and try 30. Dave 30. I'll tell you what you should do is you should look up the name of the person who's the CEO of the company, like who's bound to be on X or wherever you want to go to find this stuff. And the guy's called Mark Blogs or Mark Goat or whatever. And then just type in Mark
I assume it's
50.
Mark Goat.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just try something out. If they're going to the trouble of just like...
Or alternatively, you could use my code and then I get stuff. So that's the better option for everyone.
Well,
mostly me.
I have to say, for something that's caffeine-free and sugar-free, I think this is all right.
I likened the flavour to Jolly Ranchers.
It is a bit Jolly Ranchers.
I like
Doesn't
Jolly
surprise
Ranchers.
me either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
It's a tasty, tasty beverage.
Mm.
I would put it in second place to the cherry.
I'd love to try the cherry. What I will say is that...
I'm going to get a case of the cherry, so I'll give you one then. Or you could just buy a case of the cherry using the code Jez10.
I will.
Throwing that out there.
I can't wait to use your code to buy me some cherry drinks, because I bloody love cherries. And if it's half as good as this one, oh my god.
It's double as good as that one.
Let's put that over there. That was tasty. I almost don't want my wine. I mean, of course I am.
But obviously...
I'm not insane.
You want the wine, yeah.
That was fun. Actually, that was much better. I have to say, all seriousness, that's probably one of the better energy drinks I've drunk. So good on you, Goat. You're slowly winning me over. What should we do now? I really enjoyed the drinking something random. I've got something else I've got to drink randomly.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that now, or you can do that later.
Later, I think.
Would you like to have another random to go with your random?
Yes, more random. Let's have more random things.
I'm going to push the button for this sting that we haven't done in a while, but it's also different to how we normally do it.
Okay.
So here we go.
Is this not Anatov?
But wait, there is no picture.
I'm just going to hang out with Anatov, like, hey.
No picture has appeared to compare to Anatov. And I'm going to get rid of this because otherwise it's going to be in the way.
It's not Anatov.
You get the idea. I was sent this image by my mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Anna Kay. This is a selection of people.
Yes, it is. You are not wrong.
And that is the end of the sentence.
Ding!
That apparently are very look-alike-y. And this was posted on Facebook with the caption like, "Oh my god, they're cloning people in Hollywood," because these people apparently look identical to each other. And normally I'd be like, shut the fuck up, who cares? But then I noticed down in the on the right-hand side, 4 down, that one of the selections is Anatov.
Wow.
And so they have provided a potential
Answer.
Is this not Anatov?
I see.
They suggest Anatov is a spitting image for Blake Lively.
Blake Lively. Has Blake Lively not come up before? It feels like something somebody would have said.
I think somebody said it. I don't think we've done it on the show with a picture. But,
Blake Lively.
But yeah. Blake Lively.
Who are all these people?
Famously married to Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
And gives him a hard time hilariously, which I do enjoy.
I'm trying to see who the other people are, but I see, yes.
Yeah, Blake Lively, for the record.
Yes.
Before we do look at some of these others.
Is?
Not Anatov. If I press not again, does it do the sound?
It's not Anatov.
Boom. I didn't know that it would do that.
Nice.
That's perfect.
It's a lot of is that Chris Pratt? 3 down?
So knowing that my eyes were better than yours, I decided to keep this open. Oh, I did keep it open on my phone. And now, there it is. There you go. So you may look at it in a much closer way with with your face.
Oh, it's Russell Crowe.
Russell fucking Crowe.
Christian Bale.
What has Russell Crowe done recently? It's like he's dropped off the face of the earth.
Well,
he had the piss taken out of him by South Park about 15 years ago, and then he didn't do a fucking thing.
I don't know that any of these people... No, I think this is all bullshit.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, like, Dakota Fanning doesn't look like Amanda Seyfried.
No.
No.
It's not Amanda Seyfried.
Zooey Deschanel doesn't look like Katy Perry.
I don't. Well, I think there's a little resemblance, but it's only really at the right angle.
Bradley Cooper and Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, why is he Rafe?
Ask his parents.
No,
They'll
but that's
know.
not how it's spelled, is it?
No,
It's Ralph.
it is Ralph.
Is it because The Simpsons came along and said, I can't be called Ralph anymore?
There you go.
There you go.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then look, there's just a spaceman in the next one there. So that's proven
because he is the spaceman.
He is the spaceman, yeah. And there's nothing that you can
There's
say.
nothing you can say to convince us otherwise.
Wasn't the
Joseph
spaceman.
Gordon-Levitt was the spaceman.
I don't know who Anna Torv is, but only recently found out that there are 2 Ryans and they're not the same person. There are 2 Ryans? Do you mean Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds? When you say 2 Ryans,
I mean, there's probably
in the
more
world
than 2 Ryans, Joe, if we're being honest. Much like there's more than one Joe. Are you saying that you've only encountered 2 Ryans in your life?
in your entire
and the
life,
second one shocked you to your core? Is that what you're telling us right now?
how many Ryans do you know in real life? I mean, how many Ryans do you know?
I know none now, but my like first childhood friend was Ryan. Or one of my first, anyway.
Our barber is Ryan.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a dude.
Yeah.
I have a cousin, right? Yes, those 2. Yes, so Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling. They are not the same person.
Jump back here. Yeah.
They're different people.
You haven't actually met any real ones.
We've got to find you a Ryan.
The real Ryan Renegade.
So, I like the fact that your mother-in-law sent you this thing over, which was like Hollywood are cloning.
Completely without context as well.
But it was nothing to do with Anna Torv. She just saw that and thought you'd see it.
No, she sent it because it had
Oh,
on
okay,
her
fair
top.
enough.
Yeah. No, she's not one of those
But the reason
weird
she's-
conspiracy nuts that was just like, oh my
No, but
God.
I thought that she was a little bit.
Well, she's a little bit, but like actual conspiracies, not, fake conspiracies like they're cloning people in Hollywood.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I do love a conspiracy.
I like a real conspiracy.
But at what point does it become real? Because
when it is actually real.
But like cloning people in Hollywood, how is that any better or worse than the Queen was a lizard or whatever? That was a theory, wasn't it? The Queen was.
I mean,
that's obviously bullshit.
You seem to be presenting one bullshit argument against another bullshit argument.
But like, are they not? I thought that we were talking about like what is a real conspiracy then? If you know what I mean. I thought all the conspiracy theories were stupid. Like Paul McCartney died and he got replaced.
I mean, I'm of all of the
moon landing,
the
was
weird
not
ass
real.
conspiracies. That's the one I'm probably willing to believe is the moon landing was fake.
The moon landing was faked.
Yeah, I think that is totally consistent of America to do that.
I believe it wasn't faked, but I mean,
has anybody looked up at the moon with a telescope and seen the flag that they planted?
I mean,
is it still there? Because it would still be there.
It has to be there.
And I don't think it is.
I've been to where they filmed the moon landings.
What's that, Dorset?
The moon. I mean, like, Harmstone's been everywhere that,
Because the thing is about the moon landing, and you really have got me started now.
Glad.
Where the cameras
Yes.
were already outside capturing their stepping onto the moon for the first time. So who went out there and put the cameras there?
Do you know, I read all about
Because
this.
they were the first people on the moon.
There were
weren't
answers to this, but I didn't give that much of a shit about it. I just read it and discarded it in my brain. But
I haven't really looked into this, but of the things that are coming to the top of my head, it all sounds like bullshit.
we got to look into this. Maybe we should find out more and then present it.
The DGMS files.
Yeah.
Or are there some non-copyrighted?
Oh yeah, we can't
shit?
use that. We'll have to make one up that's kind of a bit like it.
Derpity derp, derpity derp, derp.
Just
Just change one of the notes. We'll go down instead of up. Do 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 do. There you go. That's legally distinct.
The spoof is out there.
Oh mate, that's a
In
good tagline.
1982, 3 men went to the moon. We'll just kind of. Oh, I'd love to read this. We got to make a bit where we read every week
A conspiracy theory.
conspiracy theory.
Make it
Was
so.
it real?
I'm gonna write this down. No, I'm not. You stole my pen.
Oh, have it back.
Thanks. Because if I don't write it down, I won't remember it. Future episodes.
How many people feel the moon landing was faked? Just by a show of hands. Do you think the moon landing was faked?
Theories.
If you really don't want to put yourself out there,
I mean, we're going to do,
I want to know.
funny and decent conspiracy theories. None of this,
But, surely it wasn't. Surely... They did actually go to the moon.
I think they probably went to the moon afterwards, but they were in a race with the Russians and they wanted to do it first, didn't they? And it just looks fake. It just doesn't look like they went to the moon. And they haven't remastered the footage from it yet, so...
I really want to look into it.
I don't think they did.
I just don't know how you get that, you wouldn't get it wrong. But
yeah, the other segment that we were going to do that I haven't sorted out yet is we were going to watch some dash cam footage, weren't we?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And pass judgment on people's shitty driving.
Not faked. Just unbelievable.
It's an excuse for some more stamps as well. Fake or real.
Fake or nake.
I mean, I'll get naked at the drop of a hat. You don't have to I don't even need a stamp.
I've got to know. Right. Shall we go to another segment?
Yes. Where would you like to go?
Can we just quickly... this is something I just got to say, but can we just go to get in the sea?
Yeah.
Can we put things in the sea?
You can put things in.
I'm feeling in a very sea mood, so don't piss me off. But also, if you want to put something in the sea, I'll probably agree.
Don't fucking test me.
Don't test me. I'll put you in the sea, motherfucker.
Okay. All right. Let's do it. Let's get in the sea.
Won't you come with me? Gonna eat it in the sea. Won't you come with me? Gonna throw it in with glee. If you really, really hate it and you'd love to desecrate it, won't you come along with me and put it in the sea?
I really want to do a techno remix of that.
Won't you come with me? Won't you eat it in the sea? Won't you come with me and throw it in the glee? It'll be like a real fast-paced version. Yeah, remix. We'll get Sean Paul to come in and go bida-bang in the middle of it, basically.
We don't need to now. You've already done it.
One take.
Bida-bang.
Just like in Cheap Thrills, which is one of Joe's favourite songs. Yeah. You put it in the sea now. He'll just say like that in the middle of it, and we were like,
"Oh, I hate that version of that Sia song."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Come with it, girl. Dance with it, girl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like Sean.
Bada bang bang.
That doesn't help. Yeah. Anyway, it's time to put things in the sea. Is there something that's pissing you off and just needs to go directly in the sea so you don't have it on land with you anymore? Please provide that to us.
Tell us what it is.
We will tell you to go fuck yourself.
I swear to God, I'm going to put it in the fucking sea.
Or Alex is going to put it in the sea.
Immediately.
Yeah. I mean, this is how I got dogs in the sea, when you were in a mood like this.
I was in a mood like this.
Yeah. You're like, I'll put anything in the sea. I'm like, how about dogs?
No,
like, dogs in the sea!
Bada bang.
And that's where they live.
Oh, man.
Sean Paul. Oh, I'll put Sean Paul in the sea. Come on, I dare you. Put Sean Paul in the sea.
No, I won't.
Okay, I will put Sean Paul in the sea. He's a cunt.
I can't. Bada bang. Splush with this man.
He did. He did splush with this man.
Can't believe he put Sean Paul in the sea.
Yeah.
Mind you, he's one of these guys that just turns up and says a load of shit and walks away with a big bag of money, so he probably should be in there. Mm. Are people being noisy in the quiet carriage there yet? Huh. I don't know. They probably should be.
Yeah. Is there a quiet carriage? Is that a thing?
Oh no. How is he going to struggle to breathe? This is a funny joke because...
Because you have to explain it. And all jokes that have to be explained.
Keris, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Not enough to laugh.
But no, I was just more... It was clever rather than funny. But there's a song called Breathe by Blue Cantrell and he features on it. It's really good. It remixes Dr. Dre. It's really... I think Breathe by Blue Cantrell. Feat. Sean Paul.
Feet are wrong.
Sean Paul and Blue Cantrell. He just says his name in almost everything.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
If you listen to Breathe,
he's underwater now.
By Blue Cantrell, he's like, Sean Paul and Blue Cantrell. I'm like, fucking hell.
Are you Sean Paul? Is this what's going on?
Yeah, much like Randy is Lord.
Yeah.
I am.
Lord.
I am Sean Paul. I wish I was Sean Paul. Maybe I don't. I wish I had his money.
You are Sean Paul.
I sound more like...
If you admit you are Sean Paul, I will take Sean Paul out of the sea. I don't know how... I haven't got a button for that, but...
I am Sean Paul.
Shim.
Both Sean Paul. Yes! Yes, thank God for that.
Rising from the splashes.
Bit of Wang.
Lord. Right, are we putting this...
what are we putting in the sea? Anything you want, Ellie.
This Joe's suggestion.
Yeah, look.
People being noisy in the quiet carriage.
100%. 100% they're going in.
Okay. Select a sploosh.
Big sploosh. I hate them. Usher.
Oh, Usher can go in the fucking sea. Did Usher not go in the sea after the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl, am I hearing? Yeah, no, I don't think so. But put Usher in there.
Yeah,
Usher.
Yeah, a big rival of Sean Paul, obviously, which is you. So
yeah,
Usher in the sea.
Ellie says people who have animals and do not clean their homes. Yes, that's going in the sea right now. Okay. I hate people who have animals and don't clean their homes. In it goes. This
is really easy. You can literally get anything in the sea right
Almost
now.
everything. Well, I mean, I
do not abuse this power.
But they're going to say a name now. I'm just there. That's the thing. If I was like Harmstone, I'd be like Joe. And then I'd be like, yeah, do you know what? Joe's going in the sea.
I mean, she's been there before.
Yeah, but I'm not. I won't.
She's been...
I reassured Joe one time that I would never put her in the sea again.
Okay, I mean, I might.
I'm a man of my word.
But she has been 87% less sciencey prick since that moment. And that 13% is appreciated, Joe. So keep it up.
Yeah. Cats, the musical. Midnight, not a sound from the pavement. I don't know. I mean, it probably should go in because it's ultimately a bit shit. So Cats, the musical, goes in the sea. There it goes. Honestly, must do better.
It's very dramatic, like.
Yeah. There's like 3. If I can criticize Wicked for having like only 2 good songs, I can definitely criticize Cats for the same. Skittles without the shells.
Oh, those were bullshit.
Total shit. Skittles without the shells. Put them in the sea.
Have you had Skittles without the shells? They're basically just Chewits.
Oh, they were.
But with less Chewits. And they were even chewier. And yeah, not a fan. Glad they're in the sea now.
Can we get that fucking plastic that doesn't rip off stuff properly, like on the dips last night?
So literally every plastic film that's on anything, it's like, peel, easy peel here. And you're like, and just the corner comes off in your hand and the film is still there. That's literally every fucking
shit
thing.
Film lids.
Mate, we could be breaking a record here. Let's keep going. Because I've got something to put in the sea. And have you got something to put in the sea?
The thing that made me think about this the other day, when someone said this, and I just thought, I'm sure we must have put it in there, and maybe I'm the only one that hates this, but, as you'll be able to read here, is when people say, this is living rent-free in my head. The phrase, living rent-free in my head.
Do you not like that?
No, it's annoying me.
Do you object to people getting things without having to pay any rent?
Yeah, I think people should pay for it. When people say, what is the song that lives rent-free in your head? What the fuck are you talking about? Lives rent-free in your head? What song is in your head? What song keeps coming into your head? Just say like a normal thing. You don't have to say this.
How do you feel about the term earworm in that context?
I'm okay with it. I said, do you know what? I don't think I am. Because I remember someone said it to me once. And if I'm honest, it kind of annoyed me a little bit. It's probably got the same feeling that Mouthfeel has for Captain Brilliant.
Cob texture.
I think I'm okay. Earworm's kind of dumb, actually. I don't like it. But living rent-free, someone said it one time, and now everyone says it, and you're all cunts. So I'm just saying, the phrase living rent-free is going in the sea.
I'm going to put earworm in there, just so we've got... Yeah, just got some extra...
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Who wants to say earworm?
It's earworm. It's a worm that lives in the ear.
Earworm.
My ear's itching.
Sound fucking
talking
ridiculous.
About worms.
Earworm.
Okay, earworm.
Chain letters in 2024. Man, those must have been going a long time. Have you received a chain letter? Do you know about chain letters?
I do know about chain letters. I participated in a chain letter when I was 9.
Really?
I did.
Don't break the chain, Jez, or you'll die.
I was very concerned about the death, which is why I did it.
So, did you receive one, and who did you receive it from? Was it from someone random, or was it one of your mates or something?
It was one of my friends, yes. Although they weren't my friend after sending me a chainmail. That's basically attempted murder. Send me a chain letter, knowing how apathetic I am to doing things, and just basically condemning me to death, isn't it? So they're not my friend anymore.
When it was the 90s, we didn't know better, but why have we digitized this? So
So there's chain email now.
Yeah, so like chain letters, you receive a letter and it would say something. Maybe it was copied and written out again, or maybe it was just a photocopy of the original one, but it would say like, you must send this letter on to 6 different people. Someone in Oklahoma didn't send it on, and then they died and so did their family. So you better send it on. And I'm like, if you have sent this same letter on and on and on, how are you aware of the events that are transpiring whilst you couldn't possibly know about this thing in Oklahoma? Aside from the fact that it's obviously bullshit, at least have something in it that is credible. Do you know what I mean? There's no way you could know this fact, so you're outing yourself.
I mean, in my defense, I was 9.
Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. I think at one point, somebody did send me one when I was like 13 or 14, and I was like, well, that's bullshit, and just didn't do anything with it.
Who did you send it to? I sent it to my 2 best mates, Alex and Alex, because fuck those pricks. Neither of whom I called Alex.
But now we've got digitized versions. Have you received an email which is like...
I mean, she's given the example of, send this to 5 friends or she will find you tonight.
Who's she?
Yeah.
I hope she does find me. That could be interesting.
Sounds freaky.
I ignored a chain letter. Everything was fine.
No, Tamsin, quickly, send it on. You're going to die. We can't live without you, Tamsin. Send on the chainmail. It's not worth the risk.
There was a TV quiz called Chain Letters that Jeremy Beadle used to present, where you had to kind of like make your way from one word to another word by changing a different letter each time. You ever see that?
Yeah.
See the letter,
I never saw
make
that,
a chain.
But I used to play that game with like my form class when I was a teacher.
You start with boat, and then you change the B to a C to make coat, and the T to an L to make coal, and you work your way down
until you get to cunt.
Yes.
And then you have to turn your screen off. Because otherwise you're going to get fired.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely will put chain letters in the sea.
Okay.
They're bullshit. But
not as bad as chain cakes. Yeah, have you ever had the expanding friendship cake thing?
No.
There's a cake that somebody gives you a cake, but it's like a living cake. And so you take a bit of the cake to make more cake, and then you eat the cake that you've got, make more cake, and then you pass some of the cake on to somebody else, and then they make more cake. It's it's like very yeasty or something, and it's continually living and growing. And
you'll forgive me if I don't know what the fuck you just said. I'm really sorry. I stayed with it as long as I could.
I don't think I will forgive you, actually. You can't make me forgive you.
I hung in there, but I don't know. How is it a living cake? Is it like sourdough?
I can't remember, man. It's been like 10 years, but at
least it's consistent.
But yeah. So they bring you a cake. You use some of the cake to make another cake. You give that to someone else, and they have to make more cake.
How can you make a cake with another? And then you can
bake the other bit that you've got to actually have a cake that you can eat.
But that doesn't work. How can you bake a cake?
You have to add more like sugar and shit to it, and you just keep adding shit to it.
But surely once it's made in its completed state.
No, it's never finished unless you bake it.
Oh, I'm so confused. It's like a sweet sourdough thing. Okay, I sort of kind of see where it's going, but like, did you say?
Yeah, that's it. The Herman German cake.
The goo is your raising agent. I bet it is. Trust me, the raising agent results in the goo. We've had as many C-clusions this episode as 149 to 155. A Herman cake.
Yes.
You're supposed to feed it and pass some on. And did you do this, Keris? Did Keris do this?
We did it. Yes.
So talk me through that. When is this recently? Since you've been living
No,
here?
it was pretty much just after we moved to Folkestone. I think it was like Keris's old colleague Charlie that gave.
I knew it was going to be Charlie. I was going to say, was this Charlie? This sounds like some dumb shit Charlie would do.
So you get the thing, and it comes with a page of instructions of what you feed the cake, and then you pass it on. No, she says it wasn't her. Okay.
Well,
I don't remember.
Rip on her anyway.
I tried to block it from my memory.
And you come to the page of instructions. You receive a cake in the mail.
Not in the mail. They deliver it to you.
Okay, that's nice of them.
They'd probably get fucked up in the mail.
Listen, I'm not the one that came up with this idea. So they bring it round to you and say, here's your living cake. And then you have to, okay, I don't remember now, eat a bit of it and take some out and make another bit of it.
You have to put some more ingredients in it to make more of it, and then you can bake a bit of it for yourself. I'm pretty sure it was Charlie.
Kind of sounds kind of fun in a way.
I'm willing to be wrong here, but I think it was her. And the cake was not very nice when it was all said and done.
carrying on something to see how long it goes for in itself is kind of fun, I suppose.
It sounds like a recipe for disease, really, doesn't it? If we're being completely honest about it. It's probably how COVID started.
Yeah.
Like, they like to blame the bats, but no, it was the Herman cake. The Herman cake made it to somewhere dodgy, and then made it back here, and we all died of COVID.
Agony.
Agony, indeed.
Don't mix chain letters and food. That's good advice.
I mean, don't
Dom.
do either of those things. Is probably the best thing.
Chain letters. It is an earworm, Tamsin, you're right.
I do hope that you enjoy the Herman cake living rent-free in your head now as you think about it for the next few weeks. We are me putting things in the sea away from moving on from this segment, so get any last things in that you want to get in the sea. Oh, yes, that's it.
My cake was actually okay, but then I killed the chain. We learned from Fleetwood Mac you must never break the chain. They probably have a lot to answer for when I think about it. But what's the one you want to put in?
So I'd forgotten that I wanted to put this in the sea. I've wanted to put it in the sea for weeks, but then I went to the toilet before we went live, and it reminded me. No, it was not Jaeger. Jaeger does not live in Alex's toilet.
Oh, is Jaeger a suggestion of someone you want me to put in the sea?
I mean, you might put Jaeger in the sea because you're putting anything in the sea.
Yeah. Yeah, Jaeger can go in the sea.
Oh, all right, then. Here we go. There it goes. Shit flies. That's what I'm putting in the sea.
What, flies that are just bad?
Flies that are shit. As in, the flies on your shorts. This pair of shorts...
Oh, flies!
...has got shit flies. The fly on these shorts is shit.
What makes it shit?
The fact that I pull it down...
Yes.
...to protrude my penis through it to piss, and it does not go down far enough for me to get my fucking cock through there. So it's a waste of fucking time. What's the point of a fly that doesn't actually fly?
Are we talking about the fly you've got on there now?
Yeah, literally, I could pull this down and I will not reveal anything, because, like, what the fuck? How am I going to get anything through that fucking gap?
Humble brag. I mean... I don't want to say... I mean...
And so to go for a piss in these shorts, I have to undo my fly, undo, like, the button at the top, and so basically I'm taking the top of my shorts off to get my fucking cock out and go for a piss. And it's just a waste of everyone's time. Shit
so it's
flies.
not like... Shit flies are not like... they don't zip up and down. Like the zip mechanism is bad. It's just shit in the sense.
Oh, it goes up and down.
The size.
It's an inadequate.
The
fly.
size of the fly is not big enough for your dick.
And if your dick rests on the fly, there's a danger of catching. Exactly. If I tried to force it through this gap, I would definitely jag it. Is that a
you move
I would
like
definitely jag it on the zip. So I ain't risking that shit.
Do you know what? I've learned that you only catch, well, certainly for me, maybe different for other people. I think I heard someone say, and I believe it's true, you only catch your dick in your flies once. Because once you've done it, you just like are so careful
I've
never
done
to
it more than once.
I did it one. Does Alex have a therapy fund? Does I do feel that way. I did it once on a holiday years ago. I remember exactly the time and place I was where. Well, time, place, probably not the time. The time in the toilet. The place, York. The place, my groin. But yeah, I just was quite eager to kind of get out, and I went to zip, and I caught, and I was like, and I've just never, every time now, ever since that moment when I was like, I think 13 years old to now when I'm 35 years old, I have been very, very careful to always secure my penis within my trousers or shorts. I've never had an issue. By the way, I mean, maybe you've got a massive dick, but like, I don't think I've ever struggled to get my dick out of my shorts.
I mean, it's not every.
And I've never had any complaints, by the way.
Not to talk down my penis and its massive girth, but I don't have this problem in every pair of shorts. It's this pair of shorts and some other pairs of shorts, like like swimming shorts, where there isn't a fly, but it's just kind of like a flap, and then you have to try and navigate.
Yeah.
Like, how does anyone navigate their cock through that fucking thing? Like, you just can't. It's just not a thing. Why is there a fly on swimming shorts? It's pointless. Just have fabric there and pull your pants down.
If your dick rests on the fly, there's a danger of it catching. My dick never rests on the fly. It's just never in contact with the metal bit. It's always in my hand, like here.
Just there.
Same joke.
Just rest it on my foot.
Just like learning so much today. Thinking a lot today.
I mean, you women don't know you're born.
No, right?
With all this.
You have it easy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about women's bodies and how they have it easy.
There is no issue whatsoever with anything that happens in your nether regions at any point in your life.
Think yourself lucky.
Monthly, you know, once or twice in terms of childbirth, nothing like that. Like, no issues whatsoever with your genitalia. So you can pipe down and listen to the first world problem that is my fly.
I take the dick through the fly.
You put the dick through the fly.
Put it on together. And just hold it above. It never touches that. It never touches the metal. That way madness lies. And then I roll it up. I have to roll it back on itself. Like a fire hose. Actually, what happens, I have a button, and it's a bit like an extension cord, and you press the button, it all comes... Or
a tape measure.
A tape measure. That's how my dick goes back in again. You press the button...
It comes back in at such a rate of knots that you're at risk of cutting your hand.
Yeah, it hurts my fingers
on your penis
when my bell end hits my
much
knuckles.
Like a tape
fucking every fucking time. Anyway,
yeah, you can sit down. I mean, I could, but like I spent so much of my life sitting down, and I just kind of want to go for a quick piss. To be honest with you,
genuinely, one of my friends was on this morning a month or so back because he claims he has the UK's biggest dick. You sure that he doesn't know the UK's biggest dick? Because that would have been a much better story.
And is accurate.
Yeah.
We can prove that on national television. You can't prove he's got the biggest dick on national television.
How would he prove it? Did he show the... No, I'm going to show... How would he prove it? On this morning? Is this morning so desperate for news?
Do you remember when This Morning used to have like proper journalism on it?
Things have gone to pot.
No, me neither.
Apparently, he got thrown out of a yoga class for being distracting. What?
That's discrimination. He could sue them.
How would you... What? I'll dig the clip out. Jesus. Put This Morning in the sea. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it really peaked with that guy that used to do the weather by jumping across the floating UK in the Thames.
And then he'd leap across to Ireland.
Yeah. And everyone would be like, oh, I hope today's the day he falls in the water. And then he never did.
Yeah. And there was a load of people who gathered around outside BBC or wherever it was being filmed.
ITV.
To watch it. And...
Fred. Yeah.
And...
wasn't Fred Dinage, was it?
I don't think it was.
He's still going. Fred Dinage is still doing the news for Meridian. He hangs out in Maidstone doing the news over that shitty bridge in Maidstone. Yeah.
That shitty bridge.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how these people didn't have better things to do with their time. But there was always a massive crowd of unemployed people going to see the guy almost fall off the model of the map.
I mean, to be fair, if that was still going, I would go and watch him almost fall in the water. I'd be into that.
Maybe we should run our own breakfast show and we can recreate that.
Mate, we want to do another DGMS breakfast, and we should have some kind of island that we have to try and do
jump
the weather
from
on.
One to the next.
That would be incredible. We'll just parody a bunch of old breakfast shows. We'll do that and The Big Breakfast. And, yeah.
And that's how, for now. Ben Kick. Ben Kick.
Are you Ben with two N's and you're on Kick?
Ben thought to himself, I'll go on Kick, and I love that platform so much that I better take this name before another Ben gets it. Or he just randomly loves going around punting people.
And he can't spell.
It's possible, but welcome in. Thank you for following.
Ben. Thank you very much for the follow. I would watch you risk falling into the sea. I'm totally serious. I will do this. I don't care if I fall in the sea. Well, I don't know how we're going to achieve the floating UK bit. That's the logistical issue that we have.
The segment is in Discord. The segment where your mate claims to have... do you write in? Can we just... Has the world gone crazy? Can you just write in for any old shit for this morning? Hi, yeah, I think I've got the biggest dick. No way to prove it, but I'm just going to...
I mean, Harmstone, if he's your mate, can we get him on DGMS?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to encourage this.
What? I'd sit on the sofa with a guy who has the UK's biggest dick.
Maybe you already are.
He wrote a book.
Anyone could write a book.
He was also on Oh, that guy. Now I know who you're talking about.
This sounds like unsubstantiated, non-scientific unfacts.
Well, yeah. He never has to prove it, does he?
No.
Because he keeps going on, like, This Morning and, like, daytime television where they're not going to say, all right, then fucking get it out.
And King of the Nerds.
He's definitely not going to get his cock out on Jeopardy, is he? Let's be honest.
Let us...
hang on, was there something else that needed to go in the sea? I think we've...
Did I put Jaeger in there on that way through?
I don't think it was an accident, actually, but you did indeed put Jaeger in the sea.
Jaeger into the
that's
sea.
it. I haven't pressed the sploosh for shit flies. That's what I'm forgetting.
Shit flies, get in the sea.
Boom. There you go.
This has been a very successful sea segment. Thank you very much.
Successful.
It's very successful. Metro had a picture where he's wearing less loose-fitting clothing that they use as proof. So, fucking... What?
Oh, This Morning. Yeah, This Morning. We need to put that in the sea, don't we?
Oh, yeah, This Morning. Yeah, okay.
You were going to sploosh This Morning. Yeah, then I got distracted by UK floating things.
Do you know, one time... Yeah, you can prove anything with this bullshit.
One time,
Billy Bang. I had a party at my house around where I used to live with my parents.
Loads of people have got parties, Alex. Fucking hell.
My parents went away. I had a party. Loads of people came round. And then...
This is all untrue.
I used to have one of those pin pressions things where you put your face into it and it pokes the pins. You put your hand into it. I used to love it. I got it for my birthday or something like that. My mum bought it for me. I used to love it all the time. I used to put something that was cool in it, leave it for a while, and occasionally I'd just shake it up and do something else. So people use it all the time. It's a lot of fun. God, what happened to that
Can
thing?
I finish this story? I know what happened to that thing. At your party, one of your friends put their cock in it and then you threw it away.
I didn't throw it away afterwards, but what happened was it went around at that party that Matt Moat had a really big dick. It became a rumour.
Started by Matt Moat.
Almost certainly. Hard to say. He probably will remember. But it came to pass that people had heard that Matt Moat had a really big dick. And
I'm sure he won't mind us saying this again.
Sure he won't. So people kept going on about it and was funny and nobody gave a shit. And then he went off. He said, do you know what? I don't know. This is all very silly, Alex. It really is. That's what my mum would have said if she'd have fucking been there, which she wasn't because she was in Italy. But
very nice too.
I know.
Did she meet what's his name? Danny Fiore and
Tommy Fiore. Yeah,
that's it. And Mario Ivan.
Yeah, Mario Ivan and Tommy Fiore.
Our two new Italian friends.
They play for
Do you
Juventus.
think Ben Keck is Italian to make the trifecta?
Yeah, Ben Keck. Well, they're all footballers, aren't they?
Trifecta is Italian.
Is Italian, yeah. They're all talking Italian like Robert De Niro.
Do this.
Yeah. So my mother didn't see, and I believe has never seen, Matt Moat's penis. And
I also struggle to believe that as well.
Being one of these people that's often around the party and chatting to lots of different people, I don't see how this came to pass. I only know what happened afterwards is that Matt Moat went into my bathroom with my Pinpressions thing and put his dick in it and then came out with the impression of his penis in the Pinpressions thing and then shook it out to show everybody and it got shown all the way around the party and it was really, really, really big. And it was just significantly porn star big.
How big was your Pinpressions thing?
I mean, my Pinpressions thing was like about this big. So like, I don't know.
So empirically, his penis could not have been that big then.
Yeah, but I mean, it was quite. It
was at least the full length of your Pinpressions.
Yeah,
thing.
it was
a good 6 inches at least.
Yeah, it was quite a big thing, but it was quite girthy. It was quite a solidly
girthy rather than
meaty
long,
looking.
Right.
I mean, you're asking me to recall aspects of this which happened when I was like 17 years old. So like, you know, what's that? 19 years ago.
I mean,
or
these things stick with you, Alex.
They do. They really did. But like, also, I don't know if it may have even gone off the edge. But like, also there was kind of like a bit of the bottom where it was clearly where like his balls were, and the top, you know, the bottom, the base.
I would not want to have to press my balls into one of these Pinpression things.
I mean, that came up as well. Obviously, the fact that he put his dick in it at all, you know, somewhere I would later put my face as well. So you know, that's not something I like to think about now that it comes to mind. But basically, I can't remember if it went off the top. It was a big, solid, ridiculous. impression in the thing, which did the rounds around the place. It did not look short. It seemed to validate his point, and everyone believed in it, apart from a few people who thought it just looked a bit too bollocks. And I thought to myself, I think there's
two bollocks at the bottom.
Right at the bottom. And he was that Alex's therapy fund. Thank you. And they're here tonight.
He's telling this story. He doesn't need the therapy fund.
No. I've lived this, mate. I've had the therapy.
We all need the therapy fund.
I spoke to him afterwards. I spoke to him that night, and he basically said they all said, "Go on, take this in, do it, come out." And he did, and he like Matt Moat is brilliant. He's a genius, and he's very, very funny, and he's always very inventive. And he went in there and he sorted this stuff out, and he did. And it came out, and that was the end of the story. But he said to me afterwards, he said, "I just went in and got a Domestos bottle and just put it in there." And that's kind of like why it doesn't really matter how big it is, right? Because it was really thick, but he just went in there and just like...
I didn't believe that he actually put his penis in it.
No, it's nonsense.
I didn't think the reveal would be quite as funny as a Domestos bottle.
He went in and basically just went, I've been asked to prove this, went in...
And testicles.
Yeah, and then he said with that, he just kind of poked a few pins
a circle shape.
Yeah. But it was kind of like the shape, the V of the bottom. It was kind of, he just kind of did a little bit of thing to make it. It seemed unreasonable that it would just be a shaft. So he basically put a Domestos bottle in it, and no one knew. Everyone was just completely in belief of this story, and it just went on that Matt's dick was fucking huge. And wasn't about to spoil the story, but I think myself and people like me and Duncan knew the real truth of Matt Moat's penis, but. You've heard it here first and last, probably. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to get some more wine.
A lot of penis story. Do you want to get wine, or do you want to try the other drink that you have before I invite you to dole out some advice?
Okay, well, let's try Geed. I don't know that I want to try this, Jeremy. This is Ocean Bomb Ultraman Geed.
Yeah.
We got it for free.
Despite the obvious, superhero tokusatsu connotations, I did not give this to them. I was as shocked. Actually, I think I was more shocked than you were when you handed this can to me and said, "We got this for free from a Chinese shop." I'm like, "Holy shit! It's Ultraman Geed."
Peach flavored yogurt drink. Oh, I don't know about
peach flavored yogurt drink. I'm interested in seeing the consistency of this thing. That's the glass that you've procured for this moment, right? I want to see what
Coke, but
let's see what this looks like. Oh, that looks like semen.
I know I'm pouring the whole thing out.
It looks like semen.
Well, thanks for that. Ultraman Pop.
Tasty jizz.
You can tell it's not the consistency of semen, I'll tell you that.
Frothy jizz too. Get in the sea, man.
That's quite nice. Do you want to try it?
I do not want to risk it, no.
Okay. Why, because it is fake fruit.
Because it's fake fruit and it'll probably destroy me, yeah. And not in the good way. What
I can say is that's actually really quite nice. I thought it would be thicker. That's what
the women always say to him.
Well, once I've seen Matt Moat, it's hard to compare after that. Do you know what I mean?
Ultraman Geed Seed. Boom! That's what this is.
Well, hopefully it'll give me the power of Ultraman.
Straight from his belly, Al, which is a joke that none of you are going to get. But it's a good fucking joke, and you will accept it's a good joke.
This is a tasty beverage. I'm okay with this. This is actually really quite nice. I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to just come out like spoilt milk, like blop out of the fucking can.
I mean, the whole idea of a yogurt drink is, did we need a yogurt drink? Is yogurt and drink not sufficient on its own?
Where's the yogurt? It's all drink.
It's the jizzy consistency. That's what the yogurt is.
That's what I'll be telling people. I hope you're enjoying your time here on Don't Get Me Started. I am.
Is that jizz on your face? No, it's Ultraman Geed Seed.
Look, I don't care what you call it.
It's a yogurt drink.
Oh, I've got to get some wine.
Gotta get that wine. Okay, well, as he gets wine, we will prepare to move into our next segment. Blasting through them today. I'm loving the pace of this episode. It's time that Alex doles out some advice. And I don't mean don't drink Ultraman Geed Seed. It's Agony with Alex.
Listen, you'll take my advice and you'll fucking like it.
Listen, you'll take my seed and you'll fucking like it.
You've got 2 of these.
I do. I don't necessarily have to do them both.
Why didn't you do one?
Okay.
I'll read the other one out.
Okay.
I mean, you've read them both, but it doesn't matter. You'll just say something anyway, won't you?
There you go. You can have that one.
Okay. Agony with Jez.
So
Keris's life.
With that... It's rude. You know it's rude.
It's so rude.
It's not true either. I'm a delight. With that in mind, would you like to go first, or would you like to give out advice first?
I'd like to give out advice first, then you can give out some advice.
Strap in then, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Alex.
Hello.
I'm 32 female, married to 34 male.
Okay.
We've been married for 4 years and have a beautiful 2-year-old, 2 months. 2-year-old, 2 months.
2-year-old, 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. Baby.
Maybe it's not 2 months. Maybe it's 2 male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2-year-old.
A 2-year-old boy. Why didn't you fucking put boy? It's one extra letter, you cunt.
I hate these guys already.
Jesus.
I'm disinclined to help you, but carry on.
For our whole relationship, my level of physical activity has been a problem topic. My husband is very physically active. He used to play soccer, had to stop due to an injury.
Okay.
He walks, bikes, hikes, etc.
God, he sounds like a wanker.
It's the power of 3. When we met, I was also reasonably physically active, but doing totally different activities, such as yoga and dance.
Okay.
We got married during COVID, and I got pregnant relatively quickly.
It sounds a bit serious, but carry on.
During pregnancy, and since we've had our baby, now an active running around all the time toddler, I'll admit my physical activity has dropped to just functional things like childcare and walking around running after our kid. I've done the odd dance workshop, but I'm definitely not doing any regular scheduled exercise every week.
Okay.
I am of average weight, BMI in the normal range,
Sure.
and I'm a net 8 pounds heavier than I was when my husband and I met.
Okay, sure. That happens. You had a kid.
In the 4 years we've been married, besides pregnancy and postpartum, I've also had a minor abdominal surgery. Okay. Every few months, my husband and I will have a conversation in which he expresses that he's quite upset that my level of physical activity is so low, and that he wishes we were doing more active things together.
What is he trying to say here? I feel like I'm reading between the lines here. I'm not too happy about it. Is he worried about your health?
I don't think it is the reading between the lines that you'd expect.
Okay.
I mean, as she said, she's only 8 pounds heavier now than when she met, which is,
Thank you, Tamsin. Jumps in there.
Barely anything, really. Where have I lost my place? Here we go.
But do you know what I mean?
Specifically,
Tamsin has spoken.
He'd like to hike more together.
Why?
Hiking
Come on.
has never been an activity I've enjoyed.
No, and you are quite right.
And since we've been married, my husband hasn't been hiking much either, although he used to do it a lot more before.
No, stop. Hiking's shit. Why would you hike? What's the point? I understand. I'm with you. Totally with you.
Hold that thought. A couple weeks ago, we had this conversation again, and he said if he'd known this is where we'd be after 4 years of marriage, and he'd known that this would be my baseline level of physical activity,
he would never have married me.
He would have reconsidered getting married.
Oh, what a cunt. In sickness and in hike, mate. Come on. You can't... What the fuck? I'm sorry. I had an idea of how my life would be, and you're spoiling it because you're not hiking enough. An activity that's shit already. I mean, it could have been worse, obviously. He could have said, if I'd have known you'd have put on this weight, I mean, we'd have all just, reached for the Tamsinaki and thrown him into the sea.
Yeah. The weight is not his problem. It's that she's not hiking enough.
Yeah. Red flag. There ain't no party like a red flag party.
My reaction was that, 1, I am healthy and normal, and not on track for any kind of adverse outcome due to my health. 2, we have a good relationship other than this one point. He's a great and involved dad, we live in a beautiful place in a house we love, and I bring a lot to the table. I make as much, if not more, dollar than him. And I'm a great mom, I'm loving and caring and kind to him.
I believe all of these things.
His reaction was that being of average health isn't enough. His expectation in a partner is that they be above average in health and activity, And he's not willing to reconsider that.
Oh, fuck off.
But he does want to work on our marriage and relationship.
Throw the whole man out.
For my part, I agree that I used to do more when we met. But it doesn't seem right that there's no allowance for the fact that in the 4 years we've been married, it's been COVID, pregnancy, postpartum,
You don't
and
have to
another
justify
surgery.
yourself. You could just hate hiking now and don't want to do it ever again. You don't ever have to do it again.
Cock
Off. You can't be held to things you did before in this thought that maybe like in his head, he's holding you to standards that he made up, basically. He's come up with this idea of his perfect idea. You're failing to meet standards that he has set, that he has no right to be setting, right? It's quite serious all of a sudden. But it's all true. We all agree, right? I mean, you can't be like, listen, when we got together, we used to love going to the cinema, and now you don't like going to the cinema anymore, and now I have to go on my own or watch it on TV, and I don't like it. And it's like, people fucking change. Some people were never into coffee, and now they buy coffee machines, you know, and stuff like that, and they love coffee.
I mean, that's a red flag. Big time,
and that's a big red flag.
Deal breaker.
Yeah. But yes, sorry, Karen, there must be more.
Well, yes, you've basically summarised her point for her. I do wish I was more physically active, but I don't know if I'll meet my husband's standards, even if I tried. Our marriage feels like it's on the rocks, and my self-esteem is really low at this point. Where do we go from here?
Where do we go now? Just kind of, I couldn't resist, you know. Sweet child, where do you go now? I. Oh, where do you go now? I can't help it, Jez. I can't stop. Bow, 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 bow. Listen, I think you need to go away from him. I think it's where you need to go now. Basically.
What you're suggesting is that she take a hike.
She does. He should fucking take a hike, mate. That's what he should. Oh my God, that's exactly what she needs to say. Listen, I think you should take a hike. And he'll be like, oh, do you want to come?
Cool. Where do you want to go?
And it's like, no. Just you take a hike. Take a hike, Mike. Let's hope his name's Mike. If it's not, that joke won't work. But please be called Mike. I bet he is called Mike.
Otherwise...
It's such a name for cunts. He must be called Mike. He is the worst, Joe. I agree.
The best we can hope for otherwise that his name is Jack, and then you can go with the less cool but still fairly decent hit the road, Jack.
Yeah.
Don't you come back.
Or maybe there must be some sort of walk. Like there must be some sort of like take a hike, Mike. Hit the road, Jack. I want another kind of like phrase that's a bit like that. Yeah, I was thinking this, Dom. Can you change your name? It's for a bit. It's just like, my name's Roger.
Hit the street, Sanjeet. Mix of culture in there as well. You know?
It's good, diverse. I liked it. Yeah, just get him to change his name briefly. Yeah, when we got married, you didn't act like a cunt, but now you act like a cunt.
Could you go back to before when you didn't
That
act
is
like a
such the
cunt?
line you want to say. It's like, I've taken you in, now I've got some things. I also feel that our marriage has changed somewhat, and I know that children change you, and we all change and stuff like that. But I remember when we got married and you weren't a cunt, and now I've noticed that you are a cunt. And I was wondering if, you know, my worry here, Mike, if I can call you Mike, is that I could lose the weight, and I could start hiking again, but I feel that you will always be a cunt.
And then it will
nothing
become
to change that.
Every few months. My wife and I will have the conversation in which she expresses that she's quite upset that my level of cunt activity is so high, and he wishes we were doing less cunty things together. She wishes.
She wishes he was less of a cunt. Well, I'm afraid this is probably what we call a deal breaker, I suspect. I can't imagine it's going to get better.
It's such a stupid fucking thing to ruin a relationship. It's not even like
you hiking was bad.
Like, honey, you've put on a lot of weight, and that's bad for your health. And I would want you to live a long time. So could you be more active to improve your health, so that you are still going to be around, or that kind of thing? So no, not that. It's no, you're not quite CrossFit super fitness model enough for me. I need you to really rock that gym, get that six pack, and be able to run up a mountain in about 3.5 seconds. And if you can't do that, then I'm sorry, I don't know what to do with this relationship.
I know she's taken this at face value, the face value being that he's like, I really love hiking, I want to do it with you, but I can't help thinking this is just like Sanskrit for I want you to lose weight. This is just kind of I think that this is just.
I mean, it's £8. She could probably lose £8 in like 3 days if she wanted to. Like, clearly the weight can't be a problem. That can't be the reason.
I think it goes hand in hand. They're just like, he's just like, it'd be better if she was back, where it was. I don't like this, but I can't say that. So
I'm hoping to lose £8 in 3 days. That would be wonderful.
How many pounds are there in a stone? Like 14? So like,
it's just over half a stone. You could water cut and lose that weight if you wanted to.
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
She's the arsehole. Wait, he's the arsehole.
He's the arsehole.
He's the arsehole. It's not even that segment.
The wrong segment.
My advice to you is to
run.
Is to fuck him off entirely.
Oh wait, don't run. You don't want to do that. Walk away slowly.
Yes, back away like Homer Simpson through the hedge. Yeah. You know the truth here. He needs to take a hike, Mike. You need to get him to rename himself. Find out his name.
Change it by default.
Yeah.
Then tell him to take a hike, Mike.
I like walks. She doesn't and never did. If you want her to be fitter, help her find time to do fun things like yoga, if she wants to.
Yeah. Look after the kids so that she's got time to do some activity that she wants to do.
How many pounds are there in a big dump?
It's a good question.
Great question, Tartan.
I have probably had an £8 shit at some point in my life. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, if she gets rid of him, that's a lot of dead weight, right?
It is. Yeah. She could easily get rid of 12, 14 stone easily.
I see. Harmstone's going there.
No, you got that.
I did.
Slightly too late for us, but never mind.
So,
I'm going to get to do some advice now.
Agony with Jez.
Probably needs a better name. Doesn't alliterate in the same excellent way as Agony.
Perhaps we can think of a name for Jez doing this.
Just do what Jez says.
Justice with Jez.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Clonk, clonk. All rise for Judge Jez.
I mean, when I walk into the room, people tend to rise.
Judge Jezzy. Getting Jezzy with it. Judge Jez. He's the judge. My name is Judge.
Just
say
Jez.
Jez. Say yes to the Jez.
Maybe this is say yes.
Say yes. I've still got it written down and say yes to the Jez. Please don't throw me in the sea. Never, Joe. Never.
The Jez says, know your role and shut your mouth.
You got to make a little sting for this. The Jez says.
I'll do it like the Rock's old entrance music, where he basically said that every 3 seconds.
Doom,
doom, doom, doom, doom. The Jez says. The Jez.
That's exactly
what I
was
says. The Jez says.
Judge Jez, all rise. And he'll just say at the end, like a little disclaimer, like Jez has no power to imprison you or pass judgment over you. Anything Jez says doesn't make any sense, or something like that.
Jez has the power to put you in the sea.
Jez has the power to put you in the sea.
Directly
he will do it
into
immediately.
the sea.
Justice, hard justice.
Ah, that's a good one.
This is great. This could replace this segment. We could just do it all the time.
I mean,
rather
than an agony on, it is more like a Judge Judy kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like people come to me with their grievances, and I will lay down justice.
Justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got another new segment. This is great. Let me write this down.
Good work, everybody. Just say
Jez.
Jez.
Judge Jez, Justice.
Judge Jez. He's Judge, Jez, and jury. Judge Jez.
Oh, I like that.
Well, Jez.
Okay. I mean, it's not what we're doing now. I'm giving advice, but still, let's go.
Mate, I'll see how it goes. I mean, you know this one, presumably.
I've forgotten it because my short-term memory is shit.
Can you pass me your pen, please?
Yes, boss.
Yeah, thanks. I just feel like I want to be... Let's just take out my name. There we go.
You can't go a week without doing corrections on one of these.
It's not me anymore. Time for hard justice. Bonk, bonk. All rise. I just want all of it, basically. Just like, want you to be in a gown with like a gavel.
I'll get one of those, like, what are they called? The wig things.
The kind of white wig kind of thing.
Wigs.
All rise. We'll have you walk in.
I will do this. I am down. Caris, get on Amazon. Order me a cloak and a gavel. And, a wig.
And a wig.
Thank you.
Size. And if you have a problem, by the way, like a judge-based dilemma that you need solving.
Need some kind of arbitration.
Arbitration, yes. If you have arbitration that you need and you want to bring to the court of Jez,
You could be the first.
You could be the first.
This
is just us.
Judge Justice.
Judge.
This is so fucking stupid, and I love every moment of it.
Everything about it. Dear Jez.
Hello, that's me. Woo!
My girlfriend and I have had an amazing 9-month relationship.
Okay.
There was going to be a period where I needed to spend some time outside the country for a couple months.
Couple months, eh?
I know.
Luckily, I don't have an issue with that phrasing, but if this were another person doling out advice, you would be up shit creek right now.
That's true.
If you're a couple.
There was a point where I needed to spend some time outside the country for a couple months, but I was going to return and travel with her. Shortly before I left, she let me know she was going to travel alone with a guy best friend. And they're going to split a hotel room. That's not all it's going to be split. Does that work? Who knows?
I think it does.
You work that out. Just
it's going to put his cock right in there.
In the banana split.
Splitting.
Yeah. Before I carry on, I'm trying to work out. There was going to be a period where I needed to spend some time outside the country for a couple months.
It does seem like that they have missed a sentence where they explain that she's going to go travelling.
But I was going to return and travel with her.
Yeah.
Shortly before I left, she let me know she was going to travel alone with a guy best friend. So maybe he has to go somewhere and she's going to travel. He was going to come back and then I don't understand at all.
I think his going away is largely irrelevant other than he cannot go travelling with his girlfriend.
The bottom line here is we're going to get into it. Regardless of anything, because you don't make any fucking sense, shortly before I left, she let me know she was going to be travelling alone with a guy best friend and they are going to split a hotel room. I tried to be understanding with things related to how it makes travelling cheaper and fun to have a friend. I expressed I didn't feel comfortable with that boundary, and the conversation ended. A couple weeks passed.
He did it again.
And she's planning on leaving with the friend. I mentioned to her that my feelings haven't changed and I don't feel comfortable about this. She called me manipulating and controlling.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's elite.
She also said that it seems like the only thing to make me happy is to cancel the trip. I responded with, I don't know what solution would make me feel better, but sharing a room is too close of a boundary. A fight ensued and we broke up, which resolved it. When she returned, she told me that they had to share a bed due to hotel limitations on twin beds, which sounds like
I like how she's brought this up after they've broken up. Yeah, by the way, we did have to share a bed, and you were right.
There was one of these hotels where they only have double beds, and like they have a policy on. What did you say?
It's called
they had
the
a limitation
Motel
on
Sex.
twin beds. They only had double beds, and then one of the things that this hotel has is they always agree that you have to kind of be like a boyfriend and girlfriend. So we sort of had to pretend like we were, even though we weren't, in order to get the room. And then we just had to carry that on just in case anyone walked into the room.
To prove that we were a couple to get the room, they had to watch as we had sex. It was unfortunate, really, but we needed the room. Did you want me to sleep on the street?
Yeah, so I had to. She told me they had to share a bed due to hotel limitations on twin beds. She says nothing happened, as he's like a brother. He's like a brother or a girlfriend to her.
That got weird.
I don't understand. I think this is wildly inappropriate, and I told her I had no interest in trying to fix the relationship. Am I overreacting here, or what? I mean, I don't understand what it says. She says nothing happened. He's like a brother or a girlfriend to her. If he's like a girlfriend... he's like a girlfriend
to the girl.
I see, yeah.
Yeah,
I can understand.
See, this is a difficult situation because there is the age-old trope that men and women cannot be friends. And I don't subscribe to that. I don't think that is true. That said, I also don't think it is appropriate while you were in a relationship to share a hotel room with somebody of the opposite sex, regardless of that status. And
it unnecessarily puts pressure on the relationship, really.
And you can feel one way or the other about that, but he expressed very clearly that made him uncomfortable.
Your response.
And you went to, no, if you do not feel comfortable with me sharing my bed with another man, then you are gaslighting me. Was that
manipulating and controlling?
You are manipulating and controlling me.
It's a bit of a jump, really.
It is a massive jump, actually. You could probably clear the Grand Canyon with that kind of leap.
All that trash in there.
And then, as you are working towards a solution, you broke up because you said, this is a problem for me, and she jumped off the handle. So you're like, right, well, I suppose we end it then, and that's the end of this letter. You don't need my help. The relationship is over. And it should be over because she sounds like a twat.
She wants to be with this other guy.
Regardless of whether she does or not, I think a bit of better planning in terms of... I get that, having 2 hotel rooms is expensive, but you also knew going in that you were travelling with one person and that the expense was going to be doubled. I think this is nonsense.
But she knew, and it wouldn't matter who's doing it. If anybody puts this sort of pressure on the relationship, knowing full well it makes the other person uncomfortable, aside from whether you think it's right or wrong, if that person's uncomfortable and you're in this relationship, then you just don't do it, right?
Either you want to not have your significant other be uncomfortable and acquiesce, or you don't give a fuck and you're going to end the relationship, which is what's happened here.
She's like saying, I'm fine that you're uncomfortable.
Okay, cool. See you later.
So I'll see you later.
I'll go and find someone who's not such a twat.
This is like, he wasn't happy. He kept trying to say, please. I was in a relationship like this. The girl I was with kept kind of saying, she wants to spend time with this other guy. And I'm like, I said, you're putting pressure on this relationship. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. And I suspected she just wanted to end the relationship. But rather than have the balls to end the relationship herself, she just kept pushing me to split it up.
Yes.
And eventually a fight ensued and we broke up. And then she was like immediately, now I can go and hang out with that guy. And then they started dating. And I'm like, yeah, well, I knew all of this stuff. Why did you push me to it?
Couldn't you just jump to the end? And
just skip to the end.
Yeah.
Just feels like she's a bit young for a relationship.
Or at least immature, if not young. We didn't get an age, did we? But,
no.
I mean, it's not like this is a long relationship. They've been together 9 months. Who gives a fuck? What was his question? Sorry, before you scribble that up. Did I overreact? No.
Am I overreacting?
It felt like you were being completely reasonable throughout this entire scenario, and she wasn't. So, hit the road, Jack.
Yes.
Take a hike, Mike.
Yes. Yes, you are walking. You're right.
Take to the street, Sandeep. Was that what I said? Sanjeet.
In this case, to leave her, basically, rather than be the one that's, Well, clonk, clonk. Well, actually, there's no hard justice.
There's no hard justice today.
No.
Only hard advice.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, shall we...
That was great.
Shall we... It's up to you, really, and up to you, I suppose. We can skip on the Tifu this week.
Yeah, we can hold Tifu. We've done a lot of other stuff, to be fair. I think it's been a lot of fun.
And we can move straight to our final segment with 20 minutes to go in our allotted 2 hours.
Yeah, and then tell them to go fuck themselves and we'll get out of here.
Yeah, that's the fun bit. We like doing that. Yeah. So, for the second time tonight, it's time to ask the question, am I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
It's been a riotous night, and I'm glad you've all joined us here. Thank you very much for all the bits and all the various stuff.
Damn it.
No look. Yes, justice has been served. And that's what we'll say at the end of it every time. Justice has been served. Clonk, clonk. And then, like, a prison door slams or something, and the key locks. A really unnecessary
so many sound
long...
effects. Yeah.
That goes on like, chonk, chonk. A bar comes across, then another one, and then it's just like a hallway, and then it just drops into like a hole. Like a relentlessly unnecessary...
It sounds more CGI than I'm capable of, but...
We'll get Tom on it. We'll get Tom on it. We'll pretend. We'll just tell. Well, that was enough. You get the joke. Justice. If you need justice, call in Jez. He'll dispense hard justice.
I do. In all seriousness, I did at one point in my life consider becoming a mediator. I feel like I'd be very good at that.
Yeah. I
think that's.
When you say a mediator, how did that mean? Just like if couples are not having a good time and you're the one...
not just couples, but any kind of conflict exists, you bring the people together in a room, you talk it through with me telling them they're both cunts and they both need to pay me and get the fuck out.
Yeah. I could see you doing that. I could see you making money that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think therapy might be bullshit though, right? Because you can just get people into a room, they talk about stuff. You say, how does that make you feel? I want you to go away and think about these things and then go away. Our time's up and take some money. Like, it seems really simple.
I mean, that's only one type of therapy. There are many types of therapy, and that is probably the most basic of them.
Yeah, we don't need that. They don't know that. These people in this situation, if they can't solve their own problems, they won't be identified if my stuff is bullshit or not. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I think you might have got to the root of the problem of, mental health issues there. So if you can't help yourself, then I don't know what to do for you.
What I'm saying is, if they can't help themselves, they won't be able to identify that whether my process is basic or not.
Right.
They won't be. I don't think this therapy is as good as you think it is. Well, maybe it's the people. Listen, I can't help. I can only give you the tools. You must walk through the door, and they were like.
So what you're saying is therapists are gaslighting their patients so if a patient dares question the quality of the therapy, like, no, you're the problem.
Yes.
You can't understand anything that's happening. How can you tell me that my therapy is bad when you can't even go to the shop and get a loaf of bread?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't think that makes sense.
Think of that through.
That's $37, please.
See? And that was just off the top of your head. How easy is it to get this money? If if any of you would like therapy, I do very, very good rates. You can come and lay down on this couch, chain letters on this couch, and I will therapize you.
That's what it's called, therapize.
I will therapize you, and we can talk.
And on the way out, he will say the line, "Congratulations, you have now been therapized."
Time for you to set up Worse Help. What's Worse Help? Is this the new name?
There is a therapy group called Better Help.
Oh, that makes sense.
Juxtaposing that with the opposite of better, which is worse.
I didn't know. Now I understand. Yes. Well, I'm not going to call it that. I'm going to call it Best Help. There's no denying that.
Straight for the superlative.
It's best. Best help.
Bestest help.
Bestest help. Is this where the therapy fund money is going?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you've had a patient set up for a very long time. It's your own niece.
Yeah, she should be giving me some fucking money.
Definitely needs the help.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now then, we won't explain what Am I the Arsehole is again, because we did that at the beginning. We'll just crack straight into it.
Yes.
You should go first.
Am I the arsehole?
Of course you are. We covered this earlier.
For telling my family if they're going to have a 15-minute prayer before my son's birthday party dinner and lecture everyone about God to just not show up.
Here she is.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of my niece. Whoop, whoop.
Hannah, you owe him money. It's
Yeah.
been discovered you've been having therapy the entire time.
Not paying
and
for
you
it.
haven't really responded to it very well.
No.
And that you're actually the problem.
That's on you, I have to say.
So you just need to pay your bill and get the fuck out, is what we've decided.
We should get me saying, that's the sound of my niece. Whenever she comes in, we'll just hit a sound thing and it'll just drop
You
that
don't
in.
even need to hit it. I can set it to automatically play on her first message. I will clip that out and make that so.
Cool. We've got everything happening. I'll get it back in the inheritance.
Whoop, whoop.
That's the sound of
Oh,
my
hang on.
niece.
Sorry, almost missed a whoop. Don't want to do that. That's the sound of my niece.
Oh, this has been a good night.
So many ideas. So much fun.
Good stuff. I'm going to read that out again because
I was talking.
it's long. Much like Matt Moat's penis. That
As thick as a Damastos bottle, they say.
They did. I was convinced. If you ever see Matt Moat, I'm sure he'll be pleased to hear that story told back to him 30 years later.
So, Matt, I hear you have a giant penis.
Much like, imagine if he'd used a toilet duck. Be like, I don't think I'd have been quite so convinced. That looks a bit curvy.
I mean, toilet duck used to be a bigger bottle. They really skimp on the toilet duck nowadays.
Tell me about it. Am I the arsehole for telling my family if they're going to have a 15-minute prayer before my son's birthday party dinner and lecture everyone about God to just not show up?
This will do well on TikTok.
I mean, I'm really glad I got this. 15-minute prayer! Cillit dong. Dong and the dick is gone. 15 minutes is a quarter of mass. And mass is dull as fuck. If you're going to do 15 minutes of just prayers, oh my God. The mass is ended. Go in peace.
So you're already on the not the arsehole side of this equation.
Oh, I can't imagine it.
And we've only just read the title.
15-minute prayer. Do you know what? Thank you, Alex the Pope. You're right. When I was a teacher at a Catholic
I was
school,
17.
Cillit Wang.
That's better.
That is good. That's good. That's good. That's interesting. That's good. That's good. Boom. And the dirt is gone.
I need a new name for this episode because I named it after the thing that we didn't do because it was in Tifu.
Fair enough. That makes sense now. I can't remember what it was called now, but I did see that you'd picked something, so I knew you'd picked it. I used to be a teacher at a Catholic school, 2 different Catholic schools actually, and we had to say prayers before each lesson. So you had to kind of just like make up a prayer on the spot. You had to improvise a prayer. And normally you prayed for some sort of natural disaster that needed like, some sort of charitable relief, and we could all pray for that, some shit. So
not to have a natural disaster so you can get
just
out
be
of
thankful that like there was
something.
something that you could come up with to pray for other than just to God. It'd be like, let's put our hands together and pray in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. And no one ever said Holy Ghost. That would be quite funny. But that was not clear at first. I'm not saying praying for a natural disaster. And then we'd be like, let's all think...
children, and really, really pray that they
God,
get hit by a tornado.
We need a good earthquake right now. Dear God. It'll be things like, let's pray for all the poor people in Kosovo who are probably, doing really badly, and we should think about that and how lucky we are in our own lives. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
You're right, that does sound tedious.
Yeah, and you had to come up with a prayer at the beginning. So, like, sometimes you'd just be like general things about family and health and for teachers and good education and bullshit like that. But every fucking class, I had to come up with a new prayer. Do you know how many, there aren't that many prayers. That's why I was hoping there'd be, I get up and watch BBC and I'm like, shit me, they've invaded Kosovo. Right, great, on we go. Anyway.
And now we pray for the taxi drivers who are driving around a roundabout all day in strike of their pay and working conditions.
Yes.
Pray for the taxi drivers.
St. Peter and St. Paul, pray for us. Amen. Anyway, 15 minutes of prayer. I haven't even got the fucking title. 15 minutes of prayer. Shut the fuck up.
That is what he would like his family to do, yes. He would like them to shut the fuck up or not turn up.
I am a single father of 3.
Kudos, that's a lot of work.
My family is probably what caused your wife to leave, probably. She couldn't put up with that bullshit. My family, mother, sisters, and grandparents became extremely involved with the Christian church over 2 years ago. Man, they really got into that. They really converted. Most people I know that were Catholics just were in it from the ground fucking floor.
Consistent Catholics.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. They're 2 years to get into it 2 years ago. Maybe you really got to go for it.
Who went balls deep in a sin that they felt they all had to be born again?
Well, that's the thing.
Who did they kill?
Yeah. What did you do to make you go?
What absolution do you need that you went balls deep in church all of a sudden?
Listen, no, I can't. So,
you can. I believe in you.
Thank you very much. That's the sort of level of faith we like in the Catholic Church. Blind faith. It's the only kind of faith. So, Alex for Pope. So much so, listen.
I think we've broken him.
Let not one brother watch this episode.
He's stuck in a feedback loop.
For fear that they see the true feeling I have of the Catholic Church. Amen.
Oh, hi, Stephen.
Can you imagine? I'll say, one Our Father and a Glory Be. I've lost my thread. This is all amazing to me.
By the way, Hannah, without doxing yourself, what part of Cardiff are you living in?
Yeah. I have a strong belief in food. That one you can see and eat. That's true. Yes.
Yeah, but the Catholic Church wants you to pray before eating as well. Which just
there's
prolongs the time in which you can put the food into your face.
I have a strong belief in food. I believe in food. I've seen the food, and I can touch the food, and I can eat the food. That is... Blessed is...
That doesn't sound quite blind faith.
No, that's
Alex.
Definite faith. That's empiricism.
That's evidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
You lost me already. Longer to eat. Yeah. Don't delay the food. Don't delay the food.
Hello, by the way, the Shed Gamers. Welcome in.
Blind faith. Yeah.
Oh, we were going to ask the Shed Gamers.
Were we?
Yes.
What were we going to ask them?
Because they followed like last week or
oh,
something.
shit. Hey,
and we
yes,
were going to
you
say,
did follow.
We want to know what the name means. Do you do games in a shed?
Shit.
Do you stream from a shed? Because any other answer is shit. So I hope that is the answer. Do you stream from a shed where you game?
Do you stream from a shed? What's the
must
shed?
know.
Because we did see you follow, and then we haven't chatted to you.
And then we
Thank
forgot
you
to
very
go
much.
and follow back and get this answer for ourselves because we're hopeless.
You came in with the air of someone that I've known for a long time, and we just kind of...
As the name suggests, I do indeed. Yes!
Games in a shed.
I'm going to follow you right now.
The game in a shed.
So that I
Shed
get a notification.
Gamers. There's plural. Is it just... Are there more than one of you? What's your name, Shed Gamer?
Shed Gamer 1.
Shed Gamer has entered the chat.
It's with a the. Shed. Gamers. There we are. Follow.
Don't think I can tell you without doxing myself, Jez. We will learn. We're going to go to Cardiff. Sean, it's just me.
Cardiff's got lots of regions.
Oh, is this the Sean we know?
What, my father-in-law?
Yes.
I don't think so. He hasn't got a shed.
But he is a gamer.
Yes, he hasn't got a shed, though.
Well, listen, I can meet me halfway. Maybe you
What's
have
that? On the garden path.
You have a shed.
I do. There's no room to stream in it, though.
You don't know that.
I do get good Wi-Fi in my shed.
Have you been down there recently?
Stream in my shed.
Sean might be down there
I'm going to stream in my shed. Let's do an episode of DGMS from my shed.
We can't. Sean's in there.
Oh.
Sean, it's just me. Just me. Okay, listen, Sean. Great to have you here. Great to have you here. I want to know more about what you game and where this shed is.
Hannah, Roth, Cattays, Splot.
You can't. It's got no felt. No, that's true. Fuck Shed Store. That's not something that
Grangetown.
Sean's going to know.
City Centre.
I was introduced by someone's wife, I believe.
Oh.
Okay. Wow, do we know the Shed Gamer? Do we know you secretly? Do we know you? Well, anyway, you're very welcome here. Thank you very much.
Oh, my wife. You're not married, so it's my wife. You were introduced by my wife. I got it. I now understand the link.
It could be anybody's wife in this chat. I think you might be the only one that's married in this chat. Because, I
think it's more that my wife just piped up and said, ha, 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 hiya, in a way that suggests that she is the person that introduced.
I see. Okay, good. Right, let's carry on reading for fear that we confuse
Looking
everyone.
forward to seeing you in a shed, Sean.
See you in a shed.
Sean in the shed.
Soon.
Oh, just in case we were unclear on the issue, Joe has no wife.
I have no wife. Right. Here we go. I'm going to rattle straight through this so that I don't miss it. I'm a single father of 3. My family, mother, sisters, and grandparents became extremely involved with the Christian church over 2 years ago. So much so that it has become a chore just to visit any of them, since they all just want to talk about their religion. Tell me about it. No, please don't. When we get together, it's never, how have you been? Or how's work? How are you? It's always, when are you going to join us at church? The Holy Spirit really helped me this week.
To do what?
How?
Piped in with the dishes.
The Holy Spirit is a ghost. What is it going to do? It's ethereal. It can't help you.
Do you need someone
Dad's
haunting?
gonna kill
That's
me.
about the only thing a ghost can do, right?
The Holy Spirit really helped me this week. Have you read the Bible I gave you? I try to now distance myself from them as much as I can and just spend time with my kids. Last year, my mother asked if she could take my kids to get ice cream and go to the park. Oh, I see.
It's the baptism again.
Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how they get you.
Ice cream and parks.
It's fun to be here. I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad you think that. That's how people always feel at the beginning. That's how they get you. They say, you got to come. There's going to be wine. It's going to transubstantiate into the real blood of Christ. And you go, what? And they go, nothing. There's going to be wine.
Punch and pie.
I try to distance myself now as much as I can and just spend some time with my kids. Last year, my mother asked if she could take my kids to get ice cream and go to the park. Little did I know it was a church-related event, and my daughter quickly called me to pick them up because a man was speaking into a microphone and people were fainting all around them and crying to God.
Can you imagine?
There's a guy on a mic, some people are fainting, people are crying to God. By the way, that God should have a capital G.
The ice cream has not materialised.
There's still no ice cream!
Please get me out of here.
That was the last time I let them go with my family alone. My birthday was in April, and I had friends, families, and co-workers over just to relax and take time off, swim a little, and play backyard games. When it came time to eat, my mother took it upon herself to make a huge speech about how it was/is difficult raising a son that does not believe in religion, and her testimony that God is the way.
Sounds like a totally appropriate time to do this.
Definitely. It's my birthday. That's what I want, is someone to fucking give a sermon.
To condemn me to hell.
Shake a fucking Bible at you. I felt the ambience change, and everyone got uncomfortable. No shit. After that, I tried to blow it off and continued entertaining people. Ha ha ha. That's when my family brought out their pamphlets and began going to everyone, preaching to them.
Oh, Jesus.
Can't be real.
Literally.
That's the guy. Talking to them for tens of minutes at a time. I pulled my mum to my one side and said, what the fuck do you think you're doing here? You're fucking ruining this shit. I took her to one side and told her, this is not the place nor time for all of that. She apologised and they left soon after. Listen, I'm surprised they didn't double down and said, what do you mean it's not the time or the place? To save your eternal soul? What do you mean? You wouldn't give up time for that?
Your
Surely
guests
that's
have
the
been
line.
so receptive too.
My son's birthday is coming up, and while at my mum's for Memorial Day, she quickly asked me if it was okay to speak to some people about the Lord.
No.
I took it upon myself to inform everyone, if they're going to act like a congregation to a child's birthday party, to just not show up, period. Everyone looked upset at me. Now I have them calling and texting me saying I should be ashamed of myself for denying the Lord to people. I honestly just want to cut them all off because these past couple of years have been insufferable.
Can I just say, the Lord is not a new
Thanks be to
thing.
God. Alleluia, alleluia.
The Lord's been around for a while. I don't think you need to introduce people to the Lord. They all know he's there if they want him, okay? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, no one can deny that everyone knows who Jesus is.
Yeah.
You know? We've heard about
If
him.
somebody wants religion, they'll find
They
religion.
know. Listen, it's everywhere.
You don't need to try and convince people to religion.
They'll find it. Weren't they also not into religion until a few years ago? This is what happens when someone gets into a new band or something, and they're like, "Oh, I've just heard Led Zeppelin." You heard Led Zeppelin? Yeah, we fucking heard Led Zeppelin, mate.
Yeah, it's 50 years ago.
Yeah, we know about Led Zeppelin. Oh my God, you've got to listen to Led Zeppelin 4. That's the one with Stairway on it. You've got to listen to it.
Listen.
I know, man.
I don't really want to say it like this, but you leave me no choice. Led Zeppelin was shit, okay? Shut up about Led Zeppelin.
Figurative. He's speaking figuratively, metaphorically. You know.
Literally.
So anyway, yeah, they were. That's the thing about people who find religion. I think they may. If you start in religion, you probably go on a consistent level or fuck it off. But people who find it later in life, when they've had time to realise that it's bullshit, must really believe it. As a kid, you don't have much of a choice, and you grow into it, and you either realise that it's nonsense or you don't. But like,
that's the thing. If you weren't religious and you discover it later in life, I don't understand how that happens. Because surely you become more skeptical, more jaded by life. As time goes on. So surely you should be less willing to accept things that are very obviously not real to be real.
I don't know. I think
it's difficult.
It's hard to say.
Really fathom.
I can't see into these people's minds really. I can't really work it out. But isn't the church just a tax exemption at this point? Well, I mean, probably for the people that run the church, but probably not for the people that. I mean, I don't think they could like.
They still do collections and shit. That still costs you money.
You, as a member of the church, probably couldn't get anything exempted. I'm pretty sure my childhood faith was largely fueled by Heidi. What, like do that Heidi who lived in the mountains and ran around, along with wanting to be a shepherd. You wanted to be a shepherd,
a German shepherd. That'll get you in the sea, Joe. Just saying. What am I going to say? So, am I the arsehole for telling my family if they're going to have a 15-minute prayer before my son's birthday party dinner and lecture everyone about God? Look, just don't fucking come. Am I the arsehole? It's a much better phrasing.
The answer is no. You're not the arsehole.
What is this Heidi of which you speak? I have no idea what that is. Yep, still no idea. It's a very catchy little earworm that's probably going to live rent-free in my head, but still, not a clue what you're talking about.
Living in the Alps was the dream. Running around, clear blue skies, cows, fresh milk, a dog, some shit. I've just started believing in Father Christmas.
It's like that, though. It is like all of a sudden you've not believed in Father Christmas your entire life, and then you hit 60, and it's like, oh my god, Santa Claus is real, and you just believe it for no reason whatsoever.
Goats.
It is exactly like that.
That's right. And when I'm thinking about goats, I think about Easy Goat, sugar-free, caffeine-free, watermelon. God, that's the best one yet. And if you want to buy this cheaply, you could just go to whatever their website is,
goatdrinks.co.uk,
and put in Jez 10, and you'll get 10% off drinks.
And free shipping.
Whatever. Oh, yeah.
So what did we say then?
By the way, I don't believe in any of this shit, but I do love doing the bit where we hawk
I love when you do the shilling thing.
Which is why
I brought it over for you, because it's so funny.
I just love shilling it. Part of me wants to say yes to everyone now, just because it's so much fun to do it. I just enjoy it.
Let's make a concerted effort to find a affiliate that you believe in, that you will both enjoy shilling and will give us.
Yeah, I don't even need to make too much money about it. If I believe in it, I'll just tell you about it. I mean, things that I believe in. Deathloop. I could happily advertise Deathloop every day of my life. Beans! Thank you, Keris. Beans, yes.
There must be a bean, like a independent bean company.
Beans Coffee.
Coffee. There must be some kind of coffee company.
There must be someone that will sponsor me. I wonder if Steep Street would sponsor me one coffee
per show.
Month.
Yeah.
I was just like, because, let's face it, wine, coffee, wine, beans. You're talking my language.
There's a vineyard in Folkestone.
And I've been there. I've been there the other day, in fact. Been there twice.
Been there.
Cocktails. Maybe the potting shed.
Let's do a proper
work on some sponsorship.
A proper look for sponsors.
Can we get to the
that is fun.
End of this, because I know that I'm the one that's
I'm hovering over the bottom.
Steep
over the
Street
button,
just give you mugs.
Waiting for the.
Okay, am I the arsehole because my parents are cunts? No, you're not the arsehole. No.
That'll be easy to edit. Thanks for that.
Right.
This one's a fun one, and I know someone who's like this.
Oh, look, I got this. We went to. I'm just celebrating with my prop. When I went to Guys and Dolls, they handed this out.
Guys and Dolls.
And everyone got one apart from Duncan. They went along in a line and gave it to everyone. And Duncan.
I mean, that seems reasonable. Because if one thing is true about Duncan that we all know,
he's a cunt.
It is that Duncan is a cunt. Yes.
Thank God. I just naturally said that is true.
I mean, of course, you just naturally said that because
can't help myself.
It's
fact. Keris didn't get one. Oh, well, you can have this one, Keris.
Not Duncan, though.
I'm sad about it.
I'll bring that one home for you.
He spotted Duncan and decided he was a dodgy-looking character.
It's true.
Duncan.
Keep him coming.
I'm glad that Duncan's not here. I wish Duncan was here. We can tell him later. Right.
Clip it and send it to Duncan.
Clip it for real.
Yeah.
Sit down properly. Feel like I really want to listen. Let me get this out of the way. Okay. Come on now, ladies.
Are you ready?
I was born ready.
Are you sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Then I'll begin. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
Because my boyfriend had to wait for the shower to dry out because of me. Am I the arsehole because my boyfriend had to wait for the shower to dry out because of me? I've been with my partner going on 9 months.
Oh, sounds like the
same person.
Sounds like the same person. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm confused as well, Hannah.
I've been going with my partner for 9 months. I honestly love him to pieces. However, we're both very steadfast when it comes to our views, beliefs, etc.
Yes.
Read stubborn. Today, it was super hot and sticky, and we decided to vacuum out the vents in the room to increase any airflow. American problems.
Yes.
I have terrible allergies, so he suggested I step out while he did this. Very kind.
Very nice. Very thoughtful.
Knowing it would only take 5 to 10 minutes, I stepped into the bathroom and literally took a 2-minute ice-cold shower. Parentheses, I already showered earlier this morning and just wanted to feel the cold water.
Okay, yes, it was hot.
Sticky.
It was hot. Yes, it's sticky.
Cold shower, bit of a refresher.
I get it.
Get it. So by the time I get out of the shower, he's finishing up.
Makes sense.
The cleaning of the vents. He gives me the all clear, and upon entering the room, he's visibly pissed off. I ask, what's wrong? After some hesitation, he tells me that he'd planned on showering, but now he would have to wait for the bathroom to, quote, dry out.
Did his parents tell him some lies about the shower fairy or something like that? That you're not allowed to use it because it's bad luck until it has gone bone dry.
I assured him that the floor is dry and I cleared up after myself, even adding that I used cold water, so there's no steam or anything.
Imagine leaving the wet room wet. I know, right? It's in the name.
He says, no, the shower. I can't be in it while it's wet, or I might slip and fall. Now...
But you will eventually be in it when it's wet when you use it. You can't ever avoid that inevitability.
You may enter the shower dry, but as soon as you turn the knob and the water comes out, it's going to hit the floor.
So it will be wet, at which point you suffer the same issue. Unless you've got like a floor mat thing, which...
In which case it wouldn't be wet now, because it would have gone on the same floor mat. Now, I know people get on one another's nerves after a certain amount of time, but is this just nitpicking, or am I being insensitive here? Am I the arsehole?
Is he 90? Yeah, we're all very confused. I mean, I think we're all confused about this. Is obviously nonsense. He's like, I'm worried. He's grown up. Some people have these things in their life which, like, they've got, and then when you meet other people that do it differently, you're like, you don't do it this way? And, like, this is one of those times when he's the only one that's wrong. Do you know?
Yeah.
He's the only one that's doing it wrong. Jesus wept. Yes, indeed. Let's keep to that religious theme. Amen.
No, Jesus did not weep. He washed feet.
I went to that bit. I'll tell you afterwards. Has he never taken a shower? Guilty. The wet room was left wet. That's it. It's like I can't get in the shower because I might slip. But when I turn it on and make it wet, I will also maybe slip. But what are you talking about, mate?
I actually know someone who is like this.
Really?
Yes.
Is it Keris?
It is not Keris. No. You can keep guessing. You have not met them. So you would never actually, guess it. Yeah.
It's going to be hard to guess.
It is going to be hard to guess.
Is it someone from back in Wales?
It is not.
Is it someone not from Wales?
It's someone not from Wales, yes.
I'm on the case.
So they came down to also go to a convention that I was going to, a Comic-Con that I was going to. And after the night, we went to bed, got up in the morning, and, we all had showers and all that kind of thing. And he was like, "Oh no, I can't have a shower." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Oh, I like to go in the shower first so that it's dry." I'm like, "Right, well, that ship has sailed, I'm afraid.
It's wet.
It's wet. People have showered. We've got to go.
We've got to hit the road,
late
Jack.
This con." Like, no,
his name Jack?
It's not Jack. No.
Did you tell him to take a hike, Mike?
I did not, because his name's not Mike either.
Closer.
And he was like, "Right, so I'm gonna have to wait for the shower to dry before I can take my shower and we can go." Right. See you later then.
See you later.
We're off to the convention. You enjoy not being at the convention and waiting for the water to dry up in the wet place.
This person's talking nonsense. Yeah, don't you run the water a bit so it warms up? Yeah, you might do. Then it'll get... the moment you switch on at any stage, it's going to
be wet immediately.
It's going to change it from dry to wet.
If you are so concerned about it being slippy, then get yourself some of those, socks. The rubber socks with the things. You know what I mean.
Yeah, the rubber socks with the things.
The rubber socks with the things.
Yeah.
He gets it.
Also, there are towels. Yeah. Got to know where your towel is.
Just dry the water.
Sorry, but cold showers all the way. Do you know what? My boss at work was saying that every morning, as part of his routine, he jumps in and does a cold shower for like 2 or 3 minutes. For like that.
I literally cannot think of anything worse. My boiler packed up the other day, and there was a period of a few days where I did not have hot water. And so I was like, oh, that's fine. I'll just, boil the kettle and just do washing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I did a really, mucky job.
Yeah.
And the wash was not going to cut it. So I'm like, oh, fuck.
Maybe I'll see how a cold shower is.
I guess I'm going to have to get in a cold shower. And it was excruciating. And I'm never doing that shit again in my fucking life.
What, my mate?
I'd rather just go and jump in the sea. At least it all hits you at once. The cold water battering down on you consistently is a form of torture. You are a fucking madman, the Shed Gamers, if you like cold showers.
James, my boss, he was very we were talking about kind of getting yourself started, morning routines and stuff like that, which is always something that I find hard. And he was like, no, one of my morning routines, I get in cold water. He said it is really shocking and it is kind of, but you get used to it and it'll wake you up, much like you've said, Sean. It wakes you up really fast. And I've read also, it really energizes you for the day. You really feel up and at 'em. You want to go for it. You want to write things out. I'm like, wow. I'm like, no, I just... The other day, I was cleaning my shower. And I was giving it a good clean. And I was cleaning it naked.
Is it Margaret's day off, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, did you take my advice?
Yeah. I thought of you while I was naked in the shower.
I mean, you often do, but you were taking advice at the same time.
Taking advice. I cleaned it naked because, yes, Margaret was not here. She was out, and so I did that. And my shower has 2 settings: one which is rainfall, and one which is the wand. And then once I'd made it all soapy, the kind of that you hold this, you can.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, I say the wand. I mean, it's the shower thing that you take out and it can wave it around a bit. It feels like a wand, like a big remote control with water coming out of it. Anyway, the point is, I soaked everything up, and now I just want to rinse it off a little bit. So I went and turned it the wrong way, and the rainfall shower showered me. By the way, I did it not once, but twice, and it was ice cold, and I was like, this is just fucking shit! And then the second time I did it, I was like, just shit, but it's perhaps, okay, not so bad, but fuck, I don't want to do that again. And I started thinking, fancy shower is lovely, it's really nice.
It is a fancy shower, I've seen the shower.
I've seen the shower. And it was, I opened up my mouth because I was screaming because it was too cold. But I did think for a moment, maybe I could do this. But I don't know that I can. No. Inquiring minds want to know. Maybe I'll try.
As Hannah said, cool shower, fine. If it's, the middle of summer and you just want to cool off. Cool shower, lukewarm, that is perfect. But ice cold with no heat applied to the water whatsoever. Cold. Fuck that noise. Much in the same way, these crazy ass motherfuckers who go and have the ice bath, who just jump in an ice bath or go and do the plunging into the frozen lakes in Sweden. It's like, no, you are just a psychopath. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do for you. You are just plain insane. Crazy
insane in the membrane.
Crazy people.
There is a bunch of good science that says it's a great idea.
Shut up, science. It's fucking cold.
You're going to get in the shower. That sounds weirder than I intended it. The intention was to... Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, can we get to... Did we actually get to the... Oh, it's not mine. It's yours, isn't it?
Yeah. So the question was...
Yes.
And we'll just hover over what I assume to be the answer. Am I the arsehole because my boyfriend had to wait for the shower to dry out because of me?
No, you're not the arsehole.
No, I don't even really understand what the question was.
Also, I don't know what you're doing with this guy. I think you... need him...
He is a dry blanket.
He's a dry blanket.
But when I did that cold shower the other week, I was like, I hate life. Yeah, Karis volunteered for a cold shower long before I had to do it, and I was like, you're mad.
Isn't it a great idea as long as it doesn't give you a heart attack? That might be cold swimming. Yeah, I don't know. I think, actually, Captain Brilliant was talking about cold swimming and how you've got to be careful about doing things and wearing the right things, because if you seize up and get really cold and you are too far out to sea, You'll just be your limbs will freeze up, or you go all numb and you sink under the waves. You shouldn't go on your own, basically. And he's quite good about this and stuff. But I'm like, why would you jump in the fucking sea anyway?
Yeah, and there are lots of people like. Have you ever watched Gold Rush?
No.
Oh, well, it's a show about gold, and they're in Alaska, which is a very cold place. And it's if you fall into a river while you're gold mining in Alaska, you better go and fucking warm up very quickly, otherwise you're going to die of hypothermia within minutes. So I think cold swimming is stupid. And you should all be ashamed of yourselves.
This is true, Tam. You got to wash that man right out of your hair. That's really good. Love that. Love that.
I wasn't having a Victorian bath. Oh, that was wonderful, though. Have you ever had a bath that you've had to run yourself one pan of water at a time? It took a very fucking long time, but it was worth it. It really was worth it.
Don't go hot to cold. Yeah. I'm hot, then I'm cold, as Katy Perry once advised us.
You sure it's Katy Perry and not Zoe Deschanel?
Hey, maybe.
Is cold swimming going in the sea, Jez? No, it's a form of torture I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Cold swimming. God. No. What's wrong with you? Stop going in the sea.
I was going to say, I just read your comment, Tams, and I was about to ask, doesn't your sister do that crazy shit?
Stop going in the sea. Captain Brilliant does this. I just don't understand it. Curly's mum does it. They're all mad, jumping in the sea.
Yeah, there's a thing here in Folkestone where on Boxing Day, many people go for a swim in the sea. I'm like, it's December, right? Why don't you all go for a swim in July? It seems a much better time of year to do this shit.
No.
What's wrong with you?
No.
It's not
I will never, ever do this. Put the shower on full heat, then full cold, and see what happens. I don't... But I might try. I might see. I might do it.
Only if you are prepared to die, basically.
Well, not in the sea, but I mean my shower cold. Cold shower. I might try a cold shower. Not hot to cold, just cold shower.
Okay.
It's still shit.
You just want to see how torturous it is, basically.
I think I need to know.
Okay.
Can I do it? Because, by the way, if it was...
Go do it now if you want. We'll wait.
If it's... I mean...
He's in an accepting mood.
I am in an accepting mood. I kind of wanted to... You just hear this shriek, wouldn't you? But the shower's a few floors down in Bolton Towers.
That's true, yeah. Maybe we don't have that kind of time.
It's very refreshing and wakes you up.
It's not. You're not going to convince us. Please stop.
I'm being convinced by Sean.
Shower.
Listen, I don't want to block, but there's just no way I'm doing it right now. It's like jumping from a hot tub into the pool. Sounds good. I like a hot tub.
A hot tub into the pool.
By the way,
we don't have heated pools.
We were up in London on Saturday, and we saw these guys in a boat, a powered boat, and they were just drinking, and it was like a big rowboat size thing, but with a motorboat basically. So just motoring themselves around whilst having a drink. I'm like, okay, you can hire a thing like that. Hire a motorboat to drive you around this area around Canary Wharf. And then we saw a boat that was basically sinking because it was filled up with water. And then as it got closer, we realised that all the women in bikinis in it were having a good time because it was a hot tub boat.
Oh.
And you can get in a hot tub that's also a boat. So you're kind of like, it looks like it's the level of the water, which it really is, because you're all just sitting in a hot tub that's also a boat.
I'll take that.
And you go around drinking Prosecco and someone's steering the hot tub.
Do you get seasick if you are technically in the sea while you are sailing?
I don't know.
It's an interesting
I think
question.
you'll find they're genuinely called hot tugs. Listen, I have a hot tug most days.
That's a great name.
Hot tug, baby, this evening. Maybe this evening. I'd only be okay with the Prosecco. What, you wouldn't be okay with the hot
You
tub
love a
itself?
hot tub, Kara. Shut up.
We should go in it. We should go in the hot tub.
Hot tug.
Hot tub, baby, tonight.
Right, have we done the judgment? We've done the judgment.
Past
Good.
judgment. Hard justice. Judge Jez. All rise. Boom, boom. Right, I think it's time for us to stop. It's 10:20. This has been a riot. I've really had a great time. I hope you've had a good time tonight as well. We'll be back next week at 8 o'clock until about 10ish. Again, the 162nd episode of this crazy fucking thing.
Mm.
Right. Shall we go? I'm going to go now and jump into a shower. I suggest you do so too. We'll all meet up next week and compare notes whether it was a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm not going to do that. I've already done it. I'll refer to my previous cliff notes of it was shit.
Fair enough. I'll lie. I'll say I did it. I didn't really.
No, you're going to do it now. I'm going to stand outside with the door slightly like open. I'm going to listen to you get in. I'm going to record it on my phone. Actually, I'm going to torture him right the fuck now. So tune in next week
to see
for the
video.
continued adventures of Alex screaming in the shower.